live.
Oh, yeah.
So that means welcome again to everyone that is watching us currently and those that are joining us a little bit later to another Scape Games presents a 5th edition D&D homebrew based in the Forgotten Realms, specifically throughout the region of Vast with Ravens Bluff. This fabled city of adventures is our party's home base. This will be the first episode of the Reichlinmir Securities, so the Securities crew invites you to join in our sessions live most Wednesdays, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. Come in, comment, heckle, and use channel points to affect outcomes of the game. We will be flipping back and forth between this and the Arachnophobia game as players are available for either one. Again, for those watching this after the fact, make sure to like, subscribe, rumble, whatever is appropriate for the medium in which you have found us on. And of course, if you're subscribed here on Twitch, we do very much appreciate the support. That being said, there is no recap because this is our first game. And so let's go on to start with kind of introductions. Let's go with the top left. Kristen, go ahead and introduce your character, what you look like, where you live in the city.
Good last, but this is okay. Kristen is an elf. I'm not going to specify which kind yet. Dressed in sort of shadowy but light armor. She's wielding a let's see, what did I pick? TBD. She's got kind of this expressionless face, but you can see there would be joy there. So she has capacity for joy. Just most of the time, it's really bland when it says resting face, not a resting bitch face, just a resting face.
All right, Sir Auric.
Auric is a very wears very seems to be is a dwarf, first off, a mountain dwarf. He wears very it looks kind of engraved with magical runed scale mail, and if he removes his welder's mask, which he constantly wears, he has a very frazzled and some might say erratically insane look on his face, as he's a artificer and has a penchant for pyrotechnics, shall we say. He wields 2 light hammers and a crossbow, and he's a nobleman that's been basically thrown out kind of from his homeland because, let's just say, he blew a hole in the castle a bit too much.
All right.
Love it so much.
Orguk.
I am Orguk. I'm a lizard folk that hails from the flooded forest. I rely on nothing, but the skin on my back and my claws and my teeth whenever I hunt. I only keep a dagger so that I may cut open my enemies and wear their skins and use their bones as weapons. I leave nothing behind but shredded flesh on bleached bones. I am animalistic, and I look very much like my primal ancestors. I'm the result of my tribe's eugenics project. I am attempting to become the perfect organism.
Fantastic. That'll bring us down to Chip.
So Chip is about 3 feet tall.
I see what you did there.
He lives in one of the many parks inside of Ravens Bluff. He is a gnome that was orphaned as a baby and adopted by a family of raccoons. And being raised by a family of raccoons, he now believes that he is one himself. So he's very much into picking through garbage and I don't know, doing what other raccoon type things. He looks like a cross between like a feral raccoon and a hobo.
Awesome. And am I going to say this right? Itai?
Itai, yes.
Okay.
Coincidentally, I'm pretty sure if I remember when I looked it up, it's African word for artist. But anyways, Itai is a Yuan-Ti pure blood bard. He is Itai's sweet voice, though he can't sing for anything. His father was a famous singer, and he's basically took the name but didn't get the skill. He can't play instruments more than maybe hot cross buns on lute if he tries, but he is a trained theatrical student, and he carries around flashcards of all the heroic spirits he's had to study for his thing, and he'll just pick a card at random and start making up the story of who that hero was and what they accomplished. And anybody that calls him out on the story being wrong, he argues that it's how they tell the story in named far off distant land that hopefully that person has never visited.
0.5 or not.
So he's not got a good memory for what he learned. That's why he keeps the flashcards, but he can't even use them correctly.
All right.
Interesting take on bardic knowledge.
He specifically was hired because he put down that he was a bard, and Draho immediately assumed that meant he would be playing instruments and maintaining morale for the company.
Kibble set the bar pretty high.
Yes.
So, it's a bright and early morning. The sun is just cresting over the giant Spike Mountains. You all have risen early this morning to dine on a most divine quiche Florentine and an assortment of interesting meats that has recently come to Ravens Bluff. A new restaurant, Madame Charbonnier's, has been the talk of the town for the last several weeks. Even having put in reservations a little over a week ago, this morning was the first opening that was available. As you make your way through the market district, a young girl of no more than 12 winters old comes running up to you. She is dressed in the deep green quintessential livery of the Ravens Bluff Parcel Delivery Service. Over her right shoulder is a large gray and brown leather satchel filled to near capacity. From it, she retrieves a small envelope. Looking up at you, she states, "Many pardons, good adventurers. My name is Ananio. Richco has sent me to deliver this message to you." And she holds out the envelope to each of you. And you can see that it's been filigreed with silver outlining near its edges.
Does it look like it came from our mysterious and handsome elf boss?
It does.
That's super wealthy and everyone respects.
What is this, Droka? He nibbles on the Orgok nibbles on the edge of the envelope, and
I take the envelope and very carefully fold it to make sure that all the silver is like not exposed on the outside when it's all folded, and I put it in a pouch.
Okay.
I gotta be careful with that.
I somewhat frazzled look at the guy who seems to have a penchant for ass kissing the boss, and I'm like, what do you do with yourself that you need to pander to elves?
I'm right here.
Oh, I didn't even know he was an elf. I've never met him. I just assumed somebody that owned their own company in Ravens Bluff was successful.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you from down there.
Exactly. I can speak louder if you want, or I can just punch you up the air.
I am going to open the letter right in front of everybody and start reading it out loud with my Shakespearean authoritative style.
All right.
Orgok will stop nibbling on the on the envelope, and I'll look over to the two-legged one that is reading.
I love this so much.
And attached is the letter.
By the way, I'm upset that you said they've got a parcel service because that was part 6 of my takeover Ravens Bluff financial plan.
Buy them out.
Yeah, literally.
I'm going to have to now.
Dear Adventures, I hope all is going well with you. We heard you
Okay, I
were...
guess you'll read it out.
Well,
I was gonna say I was waiting for a Ty's Shakespearean authoritative rendition
Oh,
of
I'm
this
waiting
letter.
for it
That's how
to
he
load.
claims it comes out. That's how it actually comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm waiting for it to load, man.
And
taking
may
forever.
It
possibly,
should be loaded now. At least it is for me.
and may possibly be looking to
be part of adventures. Please come at once to Rich Company, located just south of Lake Christina.
Yeah. There you will meet
with Rich, founder of the with the Rich founder to discuss the details of the mission. Sincerely, Lady Alexandria Wildheart, Foundation Rick Co.
What?
Nice.
Okay. I
Attached
love
to this is another small message that simply states "Go" and is signed Captain Grunt.
Okay, I'm just curious. Did you really name your company Richco?
Yep.
Amazing.
What does the rich stand for? Because I see
Guess
like
you'll
there's
have
dots.
to find out when you
There's
get there.
dots.
I mean, just ask them when you get there. That's what I'm doing.
Reichlinmir Industries something.
Yeah. Obviously. All right.
No, I have no
Actually-
part of Rich Cub.
She is excellent penmanship.
So these rich folk, they're the ones with the food that I was promised.
Yeah.
You got
No, the food is back
there.
at the barracks on the water. These people give us the jobs that give us the money to keep paying for the food.
No. These are the people who are going to give you the direction in which you can find your food that you get to kill. Does that work for you?
I suppose.
Okay.
Seems
Urgok, I
overly
don't-
complex.
I hope this isn't insensitive, but are you a were-iguana?
Mm, I'm
What's a
not
were iguana?
what is
Define.
what is an iguana?
It's a. As far as lizards go, it's kind of sizable.
as far as I'm aware, I'm the only real person here. The rest of you are just some sort of meat that has intelligence.
That's
I'm a raccoon.
team, okay?
Angelo turns around and starts.
I
walking away.
go over to said iguana. I pat him on the highest part of his back I can reach, and I'm like, "You and I are going to get along swimmingly."
So is Hip.
Yeah.
Okay, so you managed to like hit a spot on his back that he hasn't been able to scratch in about 3 years. And he like shudders and like the frills on his like he has like little spines on his back, and they sort of undulate in a pleasure, sort of like if you were to scratch the back of a cat.
And you lose 1 use of rage.
I suppose you do
Congratulations.
have other uses.
You just
Small
pleasured
one.
a lizard man.
Congratulations.
and you see her pull out something and just like scribble some notes. I'm just
All right.
interested in lycanthropy and.
I suppose I'll have to eat the small one last.
I go over to the elf and I'm like, I'll introduce you to an elf I know then sometime.
Would I want to meet them though?
Possibly,
No.
but he has a lycanthropy. So you
I
might find
suppose yours.
Okay.
I suppose that your species would call me a lizard folk.
Oh, I've heard of you. Far less interesting.
I could be a lizard folk by that definition.
You have scales, but your skin is still smooth.
Not all. As you can see by my picture, I have quite a few rough lizard skin patches.
Yeah, but there's like smooth patches. So you're like half a person.
She's taking more notes.
good. So that means I'm no longer qualified as food because I'm half real.
You're half food.
Orc just grunts and he's like, "Shall we get going now?"
I suppose.
But she has this look of utter fascination, so.
Yeah, I say we head over to this rich company. So, unfortunately, this is before Dratho has established a public transportation system privatized. So we'll have to walk.
All right. Making your way to the 6-star district, you have no trouble finding the office. The front of the building is squat and rectangular. It has 2 large windows and a sturdy oaken door. Jutting into the air towards the rear of the building is what looks to be a bell tower, though the casements that were once open have been glassed in. The building has been kept up in pristine condition. Close to the building, you see Lake Christina, with its crystal clear blue water and elegantly trimmed greenery along the shore. A slight breeze wafts off the lake, carrying with it the smell of cool flowing water mixed with an assortment of flowers. Just outside, you see a sign. Did I not add that
Stop
one?
pausing.
What happened here? There we go.
That reads as such.
Research investigation collections and holding company. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
I wonder if there's any bats in that bell tower.
You're an odd one, elf.
At least I have my eyebrows.
Explosions come with a cost.
Research, investigation, collections, and holding company. Are they loan sharks?
Loan.
They
shark.
do.
Not that you know of.
Are those actual
Collections
sharks?
and holdings
Oh.
sounds sketchy.
It's a slang term for people who loan money and then take it back by aggressive force.
Oh.
Shark meat is quite tasty when grilled.
So I've heard.
I don't trust this company, but then again, I do have a habit of hiring on with shady companies. So
Like our current employer.
Yeah.
that's who I meant.
I was just promised I could blow stuff up, so that's really all the reason I came here.
I'm gonna keep a healthy distance from you.
It's probably a good idea.
I, probably having the best charisma in the party, will walk up and open the door and walk in the building.
All right.
Very sure of himself. I love
Orguk follows shortly behind.
I
I'm
follow
going to turn to
beforehand
you.
because I just
As
feel
you're
safe
coming behind me, I'm going to turn and say, don't eat anything in here.
So,
Am I allowed to blow stuff up in
Fine.
here? Just so we're establishing
Why,
ground rules.
why does this person keep popping up?
So, as you enter the door, the room opens into a rather large and comfortable-looking space. The walls are adorned by paintings of various staff members. Richco sign, and the Richco sign is prominently emblazoned on the wall, behind a large conference table towards the rear of the room. 7 chairs flank the table,
That's what-
only one of which seems to be occupied by a female halfling, looking somewhat agitated over a small stack of papers. A rather opulently carved staircase to the upper floor is fixed rather close to the conference table. To your right, there are 4 fluffy-looking brown leather couches. To your left, a single high-back leather chair and a large bookshelf. Directly in front of you, however, is a young lady sitting behind a small reception desk of a dark-stained cedar. She's of average height, and her slender form is accentuated with long, dark hair and sun-tanned skin. And that is the picture of the lady in front of you.
I'll walk up to her, offer a very polite bow, and say, yes, we're inquiring about this letter, and I'm going to hand her the note. We happen to be passing adventurers working for a company that has sent us to assist you.
Oh, okay. Yes, we sent that out. You're with Reichlinmir Securities, yes?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Unfortunately.
Lady Wildheart is sitting right back over there. She'll be the one that you want to speak with. Yes.
Do we just go talk to her, or do
Yes,
we go?
by all means.
Excellent. Then I will give a polite bow and walk off to the next person.
All right.
So does she acknowledge us as we approach, or do I gotta like get right up on the table and get her attention from her notes?
Well, as you make your way to the rear of the room, taking in the ambience of the space with all its portraits hanging on the wall, it appears that the portraits go back multiple generations, or maybe they could be of sponsors of Richco. The halfling sitting at the large desk with papers spread across end to end. As she's reading, she's shuffling through the papers, rearranging them into the different piles. But as you reach the back of the office, the halfling looks up from the papers spread out before her. A smile quickly replaces the now vanishing agitation, and she stands as you approach. Hi, my name is Lady Alexandra Wildheart, but everybody just calls me Lexi. Please, have a seat. The chairs are quite comfortable. And she turns over to the other receptionist. Nua, would you please bring refreshments for our guests? Some ale, muffins would also be nice. I'm a little hungry myself.
So Chip wild shapes into a raccoon and runs over to find a place to sit down.
All right.
Orguk awkwardly finds a seat and grabs a hold of his own tail and tries to pull it out of the way so that it's not flopping against the wall. And he looks very cramped in his chair.
Okay. So Nua brings ale, muffins, cheese, grapes, and just a small assortment of kind of cured meats. Lexi takes a small amount of food and kind of starts nibbling, and as she does, you must be the new adventuring team in town with Reichlinmir. Obviously, you received our invitation here, and you're perusing for work, correct?
Yes, the boss seems to think that this is where we need to work, and who are we to question Captain Grunt?
Wonderful, wonderful.
That name.
So, let me be the first to welcome you to Richco. That is Research, Investigation, Collection, and Holding Company. We're a private company who performs, shall we say, special and unique services for just as special and unique appliances. I believe...
Gotta start grinning because I immediately believe I was right, Loan Shark. I don't say it, but I feel it.
I believe Lady de Villers is handling that particular file, and she was just here. Ah, there she is. Lexi's gaze turns towards the staircase to her left, and as your eyes follow, you see Lady de Villers start walking down the staircase to join the conversation.
Just side note, Lady de Villers is the one that's hitting on Ark, and Draho does not appreciate it.
Different Lady de Villers.
Okay. Wanted to make sure I knew.
How many Lady de Villers are there in Ravens Bluff?
Well, first of all, it's Lady McIntyre.
Correct. Other than that,
okay,
there are two Lady de Villers that you know of. This being the younger one, but looks slightly older than the older one.
That's confusing.
I pull out my notebook and take notes. How's that possible?
So as she approaches, I will stand up and give her a very polite theatrical bow.
And as you do, Lexi states, "Please allow me to introduce you to Lady Delynn de Villers." Lexi waves up to her, and she kind of tips her head in acknowledgement and says, "Greetings, my friends." She walks down and sits at the table with you.
I sit across from her. Negotiation time.
And as you seem to have that kind of negotiable stare, she leans into the table and looks directly at you. I'll cut straight to business. Professor H.P. Focus is out of town on a mission for the Ravens Bluff Academy. As such, for this assignment, We would request that if and when you are required to make inquiries, do not mention that you're in our employ. We need to keep this confidential.
So continue to work as Reichlinmir Industries when we're doing work for you. I'm sure the boss will be fine with us using our name to do business.
He does like to take credit for stuff.
He does indeed. He's very egotistical that way.
Well, right now, Itai thinks that he's about to drag his company through the mud, getting them involved with loan sharks. So he's expecting to be fired within the next month.
If it goes wrong, we know who to blame. You.
Yeah. He's 100% like, yeah, I'm getting fired for this, but I'll try.
I might get paid before I get let go.
So,
Might get a big bonus before I'm laid off.
is this job specifically for the Ravens Bluff Academy?
Not specifically. Let's get into the meat of the details. Professor Focus is in need of some specific rare ingredients that have recently become, shall we say, unavailable. Suppliers have noted
Illegal?
that... Not illegal, not at all. But our suppliers have noted that the expected shipments have gone missing, and we need a group of adventurers with the time and skills to look into these missing shipments of a rare gem-infused chalk.
Gem-infused chalk.
Correct. My understanding...
Do you have a description of it that we can run off of? Anything? A drawing, picture, anything?
I do. My understanding is that the chalks are in several colors. Sapphire blue, emerald green, pigeon yellow, ruby, ebony black, and a clear white. Other than that, they look like standard chalk.
May I ask, what is so special about this chalk?
It's for, shall we say, higher level magic.
If, say we find extra, can we keep it?
We would need all of it. We will pay handsomely, though.
I'm gonna just shake my head as I realize that we're about to blow negotiations. So,
I mean, that's a specialty, blowing stuff up.
I know.
So, you need us to collect all of this for you and return it. How much does this job pay, and do you have any leads on where it might be?
Indeed. So, we suspect one of the noble houses, though it's unclear which one. As for your reward, each member of your party will receive 20 gold pieces, and then, of course, the stipend to your employer that's required for the contract.
Okay, and can we, though we've got to return all of the chalk, can we keep anything else we come into possession of through legal means, of course?
Oh, through legal means, of course.
I give him the most obvious wink.
Like we do.
Excellent. So, if you've got some sort of directions for us, anything we need to know pertaining to making this quicker and simpler on us, you can just hand that to me. I will shuffle this riffraff out of here, and we will get to work.
Wonderful. Nothing that specific, but we have a contact at the Sharkfin's Tavern who, as of late, has been providing updates. We suspect Banty, our contact, has potential knowledge of the rare chalks and would be the best option to start the investigation. Now, Banty is rather trustworthy. We've relied on him in the past since he's provided information discreetly. Now, normally Richco would investigate this ourselves, but we have several other adventuring parties working for us that need more immediate assistance.
Yeah, well, hopefully this is the start of many future contracts with Reichlinmir Industries.
Wonderful. For this, you will only have 5 days to complete your mission. The urgency is due to the requirement by the Lord Mayor that an artifact be found with all due haste, and HB will return from his Wizards Guild mission at the end of that time frame.
Excellent. So 5 days to return with it. Contact Banty at the Sharkfin Tavern. And don't let anyone know that we're working for you.
Indeed.
This
As far as
cheap
Banty's
at all.
concerned, you will want to approach him with great respect and caution. There could be people in his tavern that also require this sensitive information.
You wait outside.
Can't be too careful. These chalks in the wrong hands could foil our next steps
Don't want to
or gain
boom
advantage
Gotcha.
to our adversaries.
So you're saying I should be prepared to put myself and every person behind me in death's door to protect this chalk.
If that's what it's come to.
Excellent.
That
We'll get
sounds
hazard pay
like-
for this, hopefully.
That just sounds like that there's more meat for me.
And more stuff to blow up.
You're
No, I'm
sure
just
you're-
making sure that we can tell Captain Grunt we need hazard pay for this job.
You're sure you're not a were-iguana?
Yes. Yes.
So I'm going to stand up, offer a
Very
handshake
friendly,
to seal
primal.
the deal.
She extends her hand.
I shake it, say thank you for your time. We'll be out of your hair. Expect to hear from us within 2 to 5 days.
Wonderful. We'll be looking forward to it.
Excellent. And then I'm going to get up and say, okay, everybody, let's go to Banty at the Sharkfin Tavern.
Just saying,
And then as I walk out the door. As soon as I get out, I look both ways down the road and go, where's the Sharkfin Tavern?
Also, Sharkfin Tavern is a little on the nose. Any of us
Orguk will
know
take-
what Sharkfin Tavern is.
Orguk will take samples of the cured meats before he leaves.
All right. Anybody that's been in town for any real amount of time would know where Sharky's is, which is the colloquial for the shark fin.
This whole
Well, actually, now that I think of it, I probably would know the city pretty well because he's been here for a while working as a tavern entertainer. So.
I mean,
Yep, then you definitely would.
The check.
Shark
But
fin is
he
one of the
also
more
has a
rowdy
horrible
adventurous
memory.
places.
you would have to be a snow elf, would you?
Does have a horrible memory though, so I really don't know where I'm going.
Then you would recall that it's
What am I supposed to
I
be?
believe it's in Crow's End.
You just started.
Rose End.
Oh no, it's in the Harbor District.
Well, that's what I'm gonna say. Oh yeah, I know where it is. It's in Crow's End. And wait for somebody to correct me. And if not, we're going to wander to Crow's End before going to the Harbor District.
Wasn't it in the Harbor District? I thought it was the Harbor District.
I don't know. Do you have a city map on you?
Do I?
If you'd like. They are for sale.
Would anyone here
I pull
be
out my city
smart?
map just to put him in his place. I'm like, actually, let's consult
Yeah,
this.
looking at the map, I realize yes, you are correct. I was
Oh.
mixing up the locations.
If we have a map that's like, then Orguk will become very interested in it.
You can borrow it, but you have to
can't
give it back.
Also, don't eat it, dude.
Very, very interesting.
It's not meat, it's paper.
I will look at this and then return it.
Look with your eyes, not your snout.
I know what a map is. He says, snapping at you, before looking back at the map and sort of just studying it as best as he can.
I whisper over to the to the alpha. You think we need to muzzle the lizard?
No, I trust him.
So the map that you're seeing is the one that's labeled RB map.
Yep, that's
Oh.
what I'm looking at. I see you've got the pin for our warehouse we currently live in.
Yep.
The notions, lotions, and potions.
Mhm.
It's a work in
In,
progress.
in fairness, the top half floor of the warehouse has been renovated into a makeshift barracks. It has proper kitchen utensils and a functioning toilet. So,
So we live in a prison barrack.
Yeah.
Having
I mean-
more plumbing is actually pretty nice.
the
It
bottom
is.
level is all storage. You got to keep the security on top of all the goods we own.
Yeah, we have a nice loft apartment. You know?
I don't know. I don't want to know what it's like living with.
I mean, you're welcome to get your own residence, but you have to go to the warehouse every day to get your orders from Grunt.
Although
Uh.
I think we really should talk about getting more lamps. Like I don't know, like 20 more lamps, just in case we have to do a panoramic shot?
As
You don't know
Orga
what you
is studying the map, he's like he's pulling one of you aside, and he's like pointing at things, and he's like, what does this say? I can't read this.
Yeah, you can't read.
Which specific thing are you pointing at?
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Essentially what he can recognize as the nearby area.
like we are here kind of thing, or
Yes.
okay, so we're over here, and we need to go over there.
Yes, but what does this say?
Okay, so
I want to use my off time to teach the lizard how to read.
see, interestingly enough, it comes up blurry if I zoom in. So,
Yeah, like
so
is that a thing?
I actually can't read it in real life.
Yeah. No, he
Is that a thing we could do, Kedro, where in our off game time I teach the lizard how to read?
Yeah, I have no problem with
I'll
that.
certainly try.
Turn.
yeah. He
So
can
yeah, I say we
can-
head to the.
Figures anyway.
I know, right?
Yeah, I will start guiding us towards the tavern. People
Come on,
can
map.
chit chat as we walk.
Yeah, he can. Orga can actually memorize the map, but the problem is that it doesn't do him much good if he can't read the words.
Okay, this is Lake Christina.
Oh,
Yeah, I know Christina.
You said we were going to Crow's End District?
No, we're going to the Harbor District.
He's
Harbor
in the
District.
Harbor District. If you don't know the way, then just give the map to the elf who does.
I know where we're going, so I will take us through the Crow's End District down to the Harbor District.
Alright. You go the very
Did you
long
just
way
reskin
around.
Draho?
I think he did.
Yes, I basically shoot across up this riverway and then across Marshland Hyde and down around the edge of the water until we get to where we need to go.
This entire time,
See, this
I'm-
is why we need. This is why we need super speed.
about halfway through this walk, I go over to Groot or Goot, and I'm like, so I could teach you how to read, but in exchange, you have to let me ride on your back.
Will you be will you be one of those soft, furry creatures when you do it?
What?
The
Oh, he's
small...
not the druid.
What?
No, I'm the
Oh
dwarf.
shit. Dwarf?
Yeah, no, he's not the raccoon.
No.
Sorry.
No, I'm the raccoon.
No, it's okay. You're both short and not.
No.
And very hairy.
Yes, we.
Yeah, him less hairy though, but that's because of singeing.
Yes.
I'll consider it.
Sweet.
That's not a no.
That's not a no. I might get you right on the lizard front. I remind him. I can also be a cannon turret on your back.
I am not familiar with this.
I can make
Cannon.
things. I can fire off things that
Okay,
make
let's
things
see where
go
that
boom
pin
from your
is. I'm
back
not
and burst
seeing
into
it.
flame. I can
Should
cook
be active
your
now.
for you.
There it is. I see it. Yeah, so I take us the real long way to get there.
Yep.
You really do.
While you're like taking this route, I'm gonna turn to you and say, "Are you sure you know where you're going? This landmark doesn't seem quite right."
Don't worry about it.
We
Who
should
can
have
read
taken.
who can read a map here? Raise
I
your hand
can.
if you can read a map.
I put on
Who
my.
here has been living in this city for the last year? Raise your hand.
Orguk raises
Exactly.
his
I raise my hand.
hand.
Seriously.
It'd be quicker if you took
Should've
this
taken
route
a
and
right, like,
this
5
route
miles
and
ago.
So as we get to the Sharkfin Tavern, I realize,
No.
I've
To
done
be able to-
several performances here. I should have known.
Should have. Didn't.
Didn't. Mm-hmm.
So
We know.
So you might want to have a backup character because you might have a mutiny on your hands.
Just don't be surprised if one of my bombs finds it in your back pocket.
And I'll help.
You might have cooked snake meat on the menu, or gook.
It's a guck or a guck.
Or guck. You might have cooked snake menu on the menu.
I imagine you have some shot hearing because of
Yeah.
the concussions.
Yeah, I've had many concussions. One too many castle walls fall on your head does that after an explosion.
I mean, in fairness, there's only 2 basically white mages here, and I'm one of them.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
oh wait, no, we got a druid, so that's 3.
Oh, that's good.
Dang, we're half healers. That's good. Anyways, yes, pulling up to the Sharkfin Tavern, realizing I've worked here before multiple times, and that makes me feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't remember.
So
I
the Sharkfin Tavern is in a more established section of Ravens Bluff's harbor district. The cobblestones are even in height from the wear over the decades. A person could run if need be, if one is tipsy from multiple ales, and they wouldn't have a
I've been there.
problem kind of doing
Is
so.
there?
As you walk up to the building, you notice that it's older for this area, with 2 large windows at each side of the door. A black sign that has a dwarf with a long white beard and a beer stein in its left hand smiles at you as you enter the establishment.
I just sort of push you forward.
Orguk smiles back. It is not pleasant.
I walk up and
As much
say,
as a lizard can smile.
Oh, it's very toothy.
yeah, I will ask him, excuse me, do you happen to know where Banty is?
So, a little bit more. Given how long you guys took, it's actually midday as you enter the room. The room is large with 10 tables, which could each sit 4 people at a table, surrounding a large, round stone fireplace in the center of the room. There are 4 large windows on the east and west wall. Sailing vessels adorn the walls as paintings. The room feels warm and inviting. Each table has a tablecloth, not too extravagant, since this is a common man's eating establishment and tavern, but they are not. And sorry, wow, I need to rewrite this. Establishment and a lantern on each table, but they're not lit at this time. The bar itself appears to be about 20 feet long with several wooden chairs. The bar is located in the back of the room. From afar, the bar looks to be a little lower than what you would expect. The men at it are hunched over as they eat. The smell of fresh stew in the pot and bread from the stone oven fills your nostrils with that kind of smell of home and makes your mouth start to water, save for probably Orgak. Currently, there are 2 maids taking orders and bringing food and drink to clients, one of which says, "Hey Banty, I need one Ike's Dark Stout and one of Inga's Blonde Ale for table number 2. She comes out of the kitchen with piping hot bowls of stew and smiles as you guys move into the room.
I will try and flag down the least busy waitress
Okay.
and
Yes.
say, excuse me, could you direct us towards Banty? We have business to discuss.
Oh, certainly. He's the dwarf right behind the bar.
Excellent, thank you. And
I would like to offer to the group that I proceed with this negotiation as he is my kind.
I would rather go with somebody who isn't lacking in subtlety and grace.
So that immediately, eliminates you too.
It does.
So Chip raises his hand.
No,
I'll do
we're not
it.
letting the raccoon
I
negotiate.
hold Chip up.
Why are we letting the raccoon negotiate?
We're not. I'm negotiating.
No.
I am the charm and the voice. You are the
You're definitely not
dwarf.
the GPS.
I want to negotiate because I am the dwarf.
All right, you can come with me, but only talk when you're addressed.
So while
And
they're
don't make any don't make any threats or unnecessary statements, and don't give away our true employer.
while they're arguing, I bring Chip up.
So as you're doing that, you walk past a table that have 2 men that are talking on low tones. About
Also,
how... Go ahead.
Okay. As I bring Chip up,
Mhm.
I actually I'll note that I do something, but I'll tell you when it becomes relevant.
Okay.
But it's
So-
on Chip.
As you're walking up, you overhear these two men talking at a table about how business has been booming at the Norge Greenback Horse and Livery Stable. That currently Ismaron must be rolling in cash.
Interesting. Make note of that for later. So yes, we'll get to Banty as a group.
All right.
Because
that'll
that's
be
not
first
at
time
all
in check
threatening
hearing
to
that.
bust in this place and charge up there as an arguing group.
The rest of you kind of over here at other tables, since you're a little bit further back. One table's complaining that the wizards have a better life than everyone else. Another has a man and a woman that just want to get out of town, or maybe how they can restart their business in Ravens Bluff. Another has two men that are arguing over the same girl and which one that each one likes better. And then finally, a table that has two women that are complaining that their husbands didn't come home last night, and they're really wondering who they were seeing.
Wow.
Wow.
Hopefully those business people meet with Drawho. I would be happy.
I'm gonna
He would
take
be happy
note
to
of-
establish their
I'm going to take note
companies.
of the women because that might not. Being a city of adventurers, that might not be what they think it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Or it could just be
We'll get to
directional.
Banty, and I'll start with a very elaborate theatrical bow.
Okay.
Greetings.
So as you
I'm
reach the
Itai's
bar,
sweet voice.
I
Does he?
I greet Banty in Dwarvish. In a Dwarvish hello.
you see
And
the
I just
dwarf
go,
man behind the bar, and he's wearing this tan leather apron, dark brown shirt, and dark brown pants. Get something for you.
I
Yes. We work with Reichlinmir Industries. We are here to ask some questions.
What kind of ale you want first? We do
Uh,
have that
I,
most sought after Ike's Dark Stout.
I say, if you insist, give me a pint of your best stout.
Of course. Pulls out a pitcher, pours that pint, slides it over to you.
Thank you.
I will take a water with lemon, please.
He gives you
I-
just this most incredulous look. If
I
you want water, it's out in the harbor.
I look at him and I'm like, he'll have a pale ale.
One of Inga's
Don't-
finest, of course.
I don't drink.
Just do it. It's a kindness of a dwarf.
I'll take that stout of yours.
Right. Good-hearted, hearty man on you are. And he pours you the
Have
glass.
any? Can you mix up a Bloody Mary?
If
blood.
you know somebody named Mary.
I like him.
Quick,
It's good. It's
we
good.
need to find this Mary.
No,
I didn't know
calm down, Orguk.
that they served fleshy ones as drinks.
I
He
look-
leans
I-
in where his just kind of his upper chest is over the bar towards you. Anything can be procured for a price.
There's a glint in Orguk's eyes. He is excited.
I am gonna cut this
I-
entire conversation off before we're even further involved in the
Yeah,
various
that's
stuff.
where I was about to go. I was just like, no, I'm just like,
That's quite
I go
all
over
right.
to the lizard and I'm like, we'll feed you after we're done here. Let's
That is
stay
quite
on.
all right, dwarf. I'm capable of procuring my own.
Of course. If you want anything special, though, you come back and see old Banty.
I'll consider it.
Yes. Well, is there somewhere we can perhaps talk in private?
Yes. You're that type. Of course. Grab your drinks, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, follow me. You see him step down from a step stool, and kind of just the top of his head is passing the bar. And you see him wander off towards the back.
I
we'll
follow him, and I take my stout, and also as we follow him, I compliment him highly on how well it is.
Of course. Not even
Orguk.
mine, but it is definitely a good drink.
I'm gonna hand mine to Orguk and say, I don't want this.
I'll take it.
Very well. He Orguk downs one and then the other, barely tasting either one.
All right.
Okay.
I seeing that the elf is sad, I'm like, here, you pansy, you can have the rest of mine.
Probably shouldn't have this by you. Open flames and all.
So he leads you back into what looks to be kind of like a small conference room. Really garbage shanty of a table sitting back there. Just enough chairs to kind of fit everybody. He doesn't take a seat. All right. What is it you're here for?
Now, just to make sure I got it right, we're asking him for leads on the crystal chalks, correct?
Could be. Are you?
Yeah, that's what I was just double checking with the GM that I understood that correctly.
That is
I'm not
correct.
asking for leads on this one. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, well, we have been hired to locate some crystal chalks for a wizard by the name of Focus. We've gotten good information that you might have better information for us.
Of course. Richco pays well enough. I've got.
No, we work
something
for
I can-
Reichlinmir Industries.
Son, you
Securities.
mentioned focus. I know who you're actually here for. It's okay. Nobody's gonna hear through this room.
I give another obvious wink.
You can see that the walls, they look like absolute garbage, like planks off kilter, holes through them.
Is there magic in the room? Is this a magically silenced room? Can I arcana or anything to know that?
Yeah, that's what I would like to do, because I want to make sure like he's actually telling the truth.
First, give me a perception check.
First roll of the game.
Oh, yeah. May I do so as well?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So
20,
I got a.
If you click where the little dice is on your skill
Oh, no,
check
I-
next to the
remember,
plus,
I have
double
visible
click it
ones.
and it'll roll it.
I-
All right.
15.
Okay.
Also 15.
And incoming our last one.
I'm not really paying that much attention right now. I'm just trying to figure out how to act normal in this civilized country.
You're
All
thinking
right.
about me.
So Orguk has that kind of focused stare on being proper. The rest of you notice that in kind of the corners of each of the room, both floor and ceiling, they're ever so small magical symbols. And if you'd like to arcana those, you can.
I will.
Let's see. Oh, I'm not trained in arcana. Never mind.
I am, however. That is a 19 on the die plus a 4 on my arcana, so 23.
Yes, they are magical kind of scry-proof symbols. So no spells will penetrate this area. No sound will exit this area.
I tell the group, he's telling the truth. Nothing's gonna get in here.
Well, things
I'll-
can get in, but not always out.
How do you think we got in here?
Yeah, but I meant
The door.
Yes, exactly.
Rhetorical question. Okay.
And then I also see that Orguk is having some trouble, like just blending in. So I ask him before we proceed into negotiation. I say in Dwarvish, would you happen to have a meat haunch for my buddy here?
Oh, of
It'll
course.
ease his tension.
What kind would you like, lad?
Your finest, not your finest, but a beef haunch would be great.
Of course. You see him kind
Your
of open-
finest low quality beef.
Yeah.
You see him
Unless you-
open the door and he's like, "Hey, Millie, beef haunch. Quick."
Beef.
And then he shuts the door. Probably 10 seconds later, she comes trundling in with this quarter leg of beef, like dragging it.
I grab it and I say thank you, and I'm like, oh good, here, this distract yourself for a bit.
All right.
That's service.
He grabs it slowly with one hand, his claws going around it, and he looks down, and then he just starts going to town. There's bits of beef going everywhere, and he's focused on that for a bit.
And the book comes back out, and
And Chip is just watching this with this terrified look on his face.
I see this, and I let Chip sit in my lap, but I still take notes.
I'm just like,
About halfway through, he looks up and he says, "I believe the phrase is, thank you."
you're welcome. Now you just stay over there while we do this. Yeah. I look over at Babsy and I'm like, we can proceed with business. He'll be fine now.
Of course. So you're looking for the chalk.
Yes. Any idea where it is?
Variety
Or
of
where to start.
possibilities. So I know that there's a group of men that I'd wager are pirates. They've been very secretive in their discussions as they've come in, but on occasion, they drink a bit too much. I've heard some of them talking about missing chalk. From what I
And where-
understand, they have dealings over at the Hog's Head Hall, the meat cutter shop.
Ooh.
Do you happen to have their names or descriptions we can go by?
He gives you some kind of random piratey descriptions.
Great.
Do you
Does
happen
he
to
at least
have,
give us like race and general
All human.
features? Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so we're only looking for a couple of human pirates in Ravens Bluff, Port City.
Yeah, that's easy. Do you have like a? Does I assume he gives us also like his general knowledge? Does he know if they have like a base of operation outside of the city?
Not that I'm sure of. But if they do, talk to Norge Greenback's horse livery stable. If they're going in and out of the city, being pirates and all, they'd need horses.
That
and
is
we
good
did
to
hear
know.
that he has abnormal amounts of money.
And you might also stop in at the Mad Dolphin House. It's a local pawn shop. People there like to handle goods that are less than savory sometimes.
So
Oh, of
Fair
course,
enough.
Specialty goods.
Yes,
Another obvious way.
very much so.
less
Excellent.
than above board merchandise, as they say.
Well, it depends on how high the board is.
Well, we don't want to go overboard.
So upon that, I'm going to say thank you for the
Yeah, exactly.
information. What's the fee on this?
None at all. I'll take it from Richco. Don't worry.
What do
Excellent.
I owe you for the fine beer and meat?
On your tab.
Thank you, sir. I
Oh,
look
it's
over.
all on his tab.
Yeah.
I'll take another one of those pale thingies that he gave.
I look
Of course,
over
of
at
course.
I look over at the snake and I'm like, no, you're not putting anything on my tab.
Just offered. Don't be rude.
I'm being rude to you. The lizard gets what he wants. You don't. You pay yourself.
I'm not paying for alcohol.
Then don't.
Scrap the order. Apparently, he's not as kind and generous as he likes you to believe.
I'm kind of generous to the
Sure, you are.
to the not so civilized lizard.
So yeah, I'm going to thank him for his time, and we'll see ourselves out.
All right. Come back if you need anything.
Oh, he'll be back to settle his tab, but
Yeah.
for sure we'll be back for that.
Yes.
Well,
Fine.
parts of it, I think.
Fine.
Mhm.
So as we get ready to go, I'm going to turn to you and say, you should really get a receipt for your tab and turn it into Captain Grunt for reimbursement.
You know
Because
what?
we're working right now.
That's actually a good idea. 'Cause I could,
Technically, that would be a business expense.
yeah.
And as a player, I just want to see Draho get a random bill for a haunch of beef and like 4 beers at a tavern he's never
Yes.
been to.
Yes, I actually turned to Babs and asked him for the receipt for my tab.
I take it this is going on while our regular party is still in the keep. So this is gonna be a great coming home party.
Yeah, no, I'm not paying for anything with this character. Everything goes on the Reichlinmir. It's all a business expense that
I like
Draho will
this
have
idea.
to deal with.
Just like also I go over to Orguk, who I assume is still chowing away on his meat.
Oh no, that's gone.
That is gone. All right.
Yes,
I'm like-
and he's
I'm like,
also satiated for the next 3 hours or so.
sweet. Okay. I go
Are
over-
you a Saiyan?
Yes, exactly. I'm like, I go over.
Oh man.
You good? You good, buddy? You need anything else before we go? Get on with our business.
He picks up the bone and he just like crunches on it and breaks it open. He's like, "No, I think I'll be fine."
He's gonna make a dagger. So I just down the line, I want to see Draho having disputes with Itai over what is a business expensive, what is not.
Yes.
Oh no, the disputes will be with Grunt. Grunt's gonna come and chew me
Yeah.
out.
Uh-huh.
Grunt's gonna come to all of us out.
Well,
I
no,
would-
because I've specifically, against any better judgment, decided to take over initiative on this operation. So every expense is technically my call. So I'm the
just
one
wanna
that gets blamed for everything you do,
Yeah,
because
what's
I'm
new?
not smart.
I have some water.
Like, that's the whole way I had it planned, was he's a charming guy, but he's very bad at making these types of decisions. So he takes the initiative, not
God.
realizing that Grunt's gonna get mad at him.
I just want to see you roleplay an argument with yourself.
Yes.
I'll do it. But yeah, I think we should stop by the pawn shop first, rule out the obvious. Then if that doesn't work, we stop by the livery and try and grease some palms. If anyone agrees.
As long as you don't choose how we get there.
Dip has no idea what a pawn shop is, so he's just whatever.
Wait. Oh yeah.
Well,
Chip,
although
Chip
once
wouldn't
we
know what a
get there,
pawn
he's
shop
gonna
is.
have a field day.
What, Chip?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he will. It's like it'll have a bunch of like tiny, shiny things, and he'll go nuts.
We've been there before.
Okay. So yeah, if no one disagrees, I say we head towards the pawn shop now.
Okay,
All right.
so
I
Let's
think that'd
do
be
it.
best.
so I'm taking charge of the whole navigating there.
I'm taking charge. Like I think I've made it my life's duty, like while we're on this adventure, to make sure Orgook is managed properly. Like I'll be his babysitter.
Handler.
Yeah.
Yes, handle it.
So before we go, I'm going to take a moment to find the quickest route. And we're going to.
I will give you suggestions with way too much confidence
ignore
for the
them all.
directions I give.
That's the truth. We will ignore them.
Okay.
So yeah, I hit the pawn shop, then we hit the livery. Let's just skip going to find the pirates themselves, because that's a dead end. We don't even know what we're looking for. Hoping the Dolphin Pawn Shop or whatever is here close to the Sharkfin Tavern.
I seem to recall it being south.
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was near the south end.
Evidently, I was muted. Sorry. The day is
Yeah.
beautiful as you arrive at the corner of Silgarth and Moorland, bringing you to a little shop. Passers-by walk the streets, entering and exiting the little shop, carrying small bags and assorted other items purchased from within. There's a copper sign where 2 dagger tips are crossed, and below has Mad Dolphin House stamped in the tarnished metal. The front porch spans the entire length of the small building. There are several tables on the porch that could be used to have a meal, and there's another sign above the door that says welcome.
Yeah, I guess walk in there with the confidence of a bard.
All right. As you walk in, you notice the first room is for having a meal. It's about 10 by 10, so a fairly small room. And within there, it's split into 2 sections. An eatery, where there's a side door to the back room, which is to your left, and to the right is the kitchen. There's another entrance way in the back of the room to enter into the pawn shop itself. A man at the front door asks if you're there to have a meal or takeout. Seems to be of average height, average weight, clean shaven, wears a long blue jacket with a white shirt, very roughly. Smells fairly nice.
No, we are actually here to peruse the pawn shop.
Oh, welcome then. Welcome, my friends. My name is Talon. How can I assist you in the pawn shop today?
Did anyone notice a huge tone shift here?
Yes, I was curious if you had, and this is where I'm going to apply some of my charisma stat, because I don't want to give away what we're actually doing. But, I trained in persuasion, not deception, so... I'm still good at deception.
I just realized I had expertise in both perception and survival due to my abilities.
So, can I do this as a persuasion before I actually do it?
Certainly.
Well, because what I want to do is I want to convince him that my kid is getting bored and I want to find some chalk for him, but I only want the best. So would that be considered a lie since I don't have children? Would that be straight deception, or could I maybe lie and be like,
I think we can come up with something a little bit better to persuade him.
Oh, I know. I probably have neighbors. They probably have kids. Neighbor's kid has been causing trouble. I want to get him to some chalk so he can terrorize his parents' walls.
Did we have this discussion before walking in?
Yeah, like
No, this is me. This is me asking if I can make this a persuasion check before I say it.
If it is a persuasion check, because I have
If you're
speciality,
lying,
can I
it would
give?
be a deception.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Is it technically a lie? Are the neighbor kids troublesome?
That'll give up to you.
Yeah.
I think they are. I think I can make this persuasion that I'm buying chalk for the neighbor.
It keeps track of every neighborhood kid.
Yeah, I don't think it does. But I think we should go with something more like if we want to go persuasion, why don't we just have our giant feral lizard intimidate him for the information?
Plan B.
That's not persuasion. That's intimidation, and
But
that's
it
illegal.
works.
Plan B.
That's
Chip
illegal
can
in the
do
city.
the Puss in Boots thing and just look really cute.
Wait a sec.
Oh.
Hang on. I got a plan. How? Wait.
I got this. Don't worry. I'll use Chip.
No, hang on a sec.
I got this. Chip, we've got a plan that's persuasion. I'm going to say my adopted son here, and point to Chip, because he's tiny and feral, would like to get some chalk to play around in the yard. He wants to paint the walls. Is there any particular chance you have some high-quality chalks here?
Tiny and like a mouse.
And
Oh,
try and persuade him
I got
that
an idea, you
to
guys.
show me all his chalks.
You can say that you're doing it and not consult any of us.
Oh, okay. So, Kedro?
Yeah.
While they're doing this, I'm going to make my homunculus servant
Mhm.
and make it into what's the tiniest thing I can think of that's inconspicuous.
A thimble.
It has to be a living creature, unfortunately.
Mouse.
Fly.
That would be working. I'll make it into a mouse,
Okay.
and I'll have it go into the back and search around for anything we're looking for.
Now, you do see people just walking in and out of the back area.
And
I'll make sure he's standing behind me.
yeah. And
I should
wanna-
say, not employees, customers are.
okay,
Again, I'll make sure he's standing behind me. While he does
I want to
this.
see, and I want to see if it if we see any pirate. I want to see if we see if it sees anything that matches the description of the pirates, or
You're not understanding. He's saying that anyone can go back there and look. You don't need to be sneaky. You can just walk through and
okay.
look. Yeah, you were missing that. I noticed.
Well,
That I didn't get either. So
no, I didn't get that. So
That's what I figured you guys didn't get. So if you guys want to do that, I'll try and persuade him.
yeah, you
to talk
you
to me about
him.
chalk.
We're gonna go look around to see if there's any.
we'll let him take this unnecessary step because it's funny.
Yeah. Also, I'll give
So,
you
yeah.
advantage on the persuasion because I have it too.
I think I'm just going to look around the shop and let the rest of you handle this.
Okay.
I'm
If I
going
find
to
something
also watch
interesting.
the lizard.
Yeah, I'm going to reach for Chip and be like, yeah, my adopted son here would like some chalk to play with. Curious what you have for chalk options.
Well, nothing in the way of chalk these days.
Give that a roll.
It's
Yeah.
fairly one of
Loves
those
me.
things that is very, very hard to come by, which is odd, very odd. I do, however, have new happy chocolate shortbread sandwich cookies. The child looks like he might like those.
I'm very curious at Chip's reaction to that.
I mean, if he wants them, I'll have to get them because I'm maintaining an act.
and Chips is kind of like reaching up like a raccoon, like with his little paws, like, gimme.
That's a yes.
You
Okay,
see
but
Jelen
only
just
one.
reach his hand up and snap twice, and one of the other waiters comes running over with these cookies that actually have like a smiley face in them. Very chocolatey, two kind of round candy orbs for the eyes, and then the smile looks like potentially like a Twizzler.
Okay, this is obviously got a lot of sugar, so only one. You don't want to ruin your dinner, sweetie.
I look over at him. I look over.
You do know it's only lunchtime. We also sell lunch.
While I'm watching our lizard pet, because I assume that's what they think he is.
Yes, I'm just like
He's
a
taller than any of us.
I'm a very large dog. I'm going to move around on 4 legs.
With scales.
If he
Yeah, but
if he doesn't have any chalk, if he doesn't have any chalk, I'm going to say, well, perhaps you know some people that have some quality chalk we can perhaps go speak with.
That is a possibility. You see, my cousin, he sublets out some of the smithing, and there have been some men who have been coming in lately to have their knives and swords and other cutting instruments be fixed or replaced. Now, they tend to talk about chalk an awful lot, but they do it
Really?
very
Do you
hushed
happen to have
tones.
a name or clean description of them?
Well,
or
I
address?
know that one is Captain B, Captain something. Definitely Captain something.
Captain something
You have
with
a-
a B.
You have a location of where they're staying in the city?
Well, I might. Depends on what you have for Gillette.
I will reach into my pocket, pull out a notepad, write down some stuff on it, and then tear the note off and hand it to him. The note basically says,
Just says I could do
it's
what
an IOU from Reichlinmir Industries offering him 20 gold for the information.
And it's turned into to Captain Grunt at our address.
Yeah,
He looks at
specifically.
it, and you see him do one of those kind of pull. That'll do. He puts it in half, puts it into his coat.
Yes.
I mean, he's spending his own money. So.
The ones that you're probably looking for
Roundabout.
is at the ship, the Raven. Their captain is a gentleman by the name of Breck Harrison. Calls himself Adventure, if you can believe that sort of thing. A little odd. Tends to be privateers rather, but I'm pretty sure they're pirates.
That makes perfect sense. And since we've already got it, we'll take a couple of those cookies to go and a couple lunch boxes to go. This is probably going to be a long walk.
Oh, definitely,
Also-
definitely. While we prepare those, do you want to take a look inside our shop? There are many things that adventuring parties such as yourself might be interested in.
Since I am interested in picking up myself a shield, I write him an IOU for the price of a shield, invoiceable to Captain Grunt.
You better think
looks at
twice.
and looks at you. He's like, you do realize this is a secondary hand shop. Shields come with dense endings and may not be as good as brand new, but we definitely have.
That's why I was immediately going to interrupt and take it and be like, that's not covered in the...
I'm proficient with smithing tools. I can fix it.
Also, you do have mending.
Yeah, that too. So I can fix it myself. So it's not a problem.
Yes, entirely.
right.
By all means, take a look through all of our inventory, see what you like, see which shield is the best for you. There are so many with various different coat of arms of very wealthy Ravens Bluff nobility.
What shields do I see, Kedro?
Orgok is
all
going to look
kinds.
for shiny trinkets.
Okay.
He has no clear goal in mind right now.
I do want to say to you, Auric, if you hand him the IOU yourself, you're going to be the one that gets yelled at. I've been writing all the checks, so far I'm the only one that'll actually get scolded.
I don't care.
I'm just letting you know, if you want to pawn it off on me to do the work, by all means.
Okay,
But I'm just warning you that if you do it yourself, you will get the wrath for purchasing a shield with Reichlinmir Industries money.
Oh, I'm pawning it off on you completely. I just invoiced it to Captain Grunt. I didn't say who it's from.
So, Kedra.
Well, it doesn't come from me, then I'm not going to claim it.
I mean, I said you, but you.
Okay. So he's in charge. He's in charge of his own money. Go.
So, but what kind of shields does he have, Pedro?
We'll come back to that because there's a nice big blurb for a variety of things in the store. Orguk, what were you asking?
Essentially what you were about to say.
All right. So as you walk in, you notice that the room for the pawn shop is much larger than the eatery, a veritable warehouse filled to the brim. The walls are painted a similar yellow color as to the walls in the eatery. The room is clean and the merchandise is well placed. Many weapons adorn the walls, which do include shields, swords, banners, coats of arms, and some of the less wealthy Ravens Bluff nobility who required money for one thing or another. There are more expensive pieces that are located behind the counter, such as coins, women's lace, tablecloths, wands, and other things. There is a wooden table 6 feet in length to inspect the merchandise more closely, and there you see a couple inspecting a blue 12-foot long tablecloth with golden doves intertwined with green leaves in pristine condition. In the back of the room is a wooden table 8 feet long and 4 foot wide, where Jalen kind of motions over to some of the workers who are currently repairing broken items. Let's get to the next piece. Where is the... Yep. There are several wooden racks holding various small items around the walls that contain paintings, things that might be useful for long adventuring trips seem to be contained in the middle of the room. Above you, there is a large 50 by 100 foot boat, along as well as a suspended, what's it called? Kind of horse and carriage thing, but it looks like it's been armored over. And Jalen kind of leans in and smiles. I'm so pleased that you are here. He points to some pots and pans that are oversized, and next to them are these giant lion statues. You see, the pots and pans, those come from 3 of the major houses within Ravens Bluff. But the lions, those were purchased from the House of McIntyre last summer. Go ahead. You look around.
I before he goes, I hold my hand out and I wait for him, and I'm like, where'd you get that armored carriage there?
Oh, that one? One of the nobles unfortunately passed away not too long ago, and his estate sale went to auction through us. That was one of the few pieces that did not sell.
Is there...
Is there
We're gonna go on a shopping trip when we come back.
Yeah, we are.
Is there a hooded lantern here?
Oh, a variety of them.
Are there any books?
Like,
Not that I am seeing. There are the full armored carriage laced with adamantine, a pair of rapiers that look...
I have to know,
ancient.
is it one of mine? Tell me it's not one of mine.
It doesn't look like one of yours.
It doesn't.
So I'm gonna be real pissed if one of my wagons got stolen.
I mean, someone else had that idea before Draho? He's gonna be pissed.
someone took his it's copyright infringement.
There are 3 shields that are circular with an X carved over the entire length. Other items in the room are the oversized lazy lion statues. A variety of antique swords, a bolt-action crossbow,
Ooh.
so a repeater.
So
It probably loads like over the top with like a cartridge.
Exactly.
Just like 5, and then you have to reload it.
Yep.
ooh,
I did have a legit
want
question that comes down to our equipment that we're buying.
Mm-hmm.
Now, part of when I was Draho and I was setting this up, you had me spend gold to equip all of the troops with proper equipment, like proper armor, weapons, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean our characters get to start with our equipment cost? Because I think I spent...
Oh, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure it was like I put as much into arming them as I did in hiring them.
Mm-hmm.
And how much?
So
did you
I
put
just
in?
want to make sure all of this stuff is covered under the equipment
Yeah,
that I've
absolutely.
already paid for. Okay.
okay.
So the
Okay.
armor and weapons are covered by Draho already.
Okay, so we can just invoice anything we buy here, weapon-wise and stuff.
Up to the maximum amount, which I think was, I invested, 25 gold per troop in armor. Armor and weapons.
Alright.
Orguk is going to pick up a hooded lantern and some oil.
So more or
As
less, you have
reach for that hooded
25 gold
lantern-
for free from Draho to spend on stuff.
As you reach for
Okay.
that hooded lantern, you notice a pan next to it. That there's this long black wand that's stuck in the pan's lid.
Mm-hmm.
How-
What is this? He picks up the pan with the lid. I'm assuming you mean like really stuck to it.
No, just kind of like
Like
if you got a
wedged in
pan on the
between
stove and you take your wooden spoon and set it in that slot that's for the wooden spoon, so it's kind of like sticking up in that slot.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay, so I guess he picks up the pan and he says, "How much for this?"
That one, pan with topper and stirring stick included, only 2 gold.
And this lantern. Yes, that's what you people call this. And how much for this?
That only 2 silver.
2 silver. And the oil to fill it.
Unfortunately, we do not sell oil. That is a little
I-
bit out of our purview. It may
Is
still have
this-
some retained in it, but there is a general shop not too far from here.
I believe I have some of the coin that your kind likes so much. I will take this pan and this hooded
Well.
lantern.
Ah, fantastic, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for your purchase, and may it warm you and your food perfectly.
All right. Oh, I was looking for the lantern that would like light things.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So this whole time, Chip has just been staring with this look of wonder at those lion statues.
Mhm.
Like he's just like mesmerized.
Oh,
I go over to Chip and I'm like, you can have one when you're older.
We just automatically
The
assume
halfling
he's a
are-
child because he's a gnome.
It's like
I'm
40
a
something.
dwarf.
That's what I mean. We're just automatically
He
assuming.
has a beard.
I'm a 300-year-old demented dwarf. Let me have my delusions.
Reminds me of
I
someone.
mean,
huh, Steven?
he's also like, thinks he's a raccoon. So what does it really matter? Like,
Yeah. Well, that's it. The raccoon that Yvette just automatically has the UNT thinking, oh, he's very young.
But I will. How much for one of the round shields? that
Only
we built?
5 gold.
Okay, and then how much for the repeating crossbow?
Oh, well, that you see, my friend, that is the real deal right there. That crossbow, only 15 gold for that, and it works perfectly.
I'll take both, sir.
Fantastic.
I'm curious. You did say that this was a pan with a wand in it?
Correct.
All right.
It does
No.
have like arcane inscriptions on the wand.
All right. I
well-
clearly don't know what I bought. I just know that it looks cool.
Yep.
I can can I arcana it to find out what it is?
When I let you see it.
Yeah.
Also, if you want, tomorrow I can wake up and be proficient with that.
Yeah.
The pan, not the wand.
Another one.
So I am definitely going to say, because do they have by any chance, since I do got technically 25 gold to spend on equipment, does he have any very, very fancy instruments that look like they could be more than an instrument?
Go ahead and give me a percentile roll.
Also, Kedro,
Mm-hmm.
the shield I bought, is it like damaged in any way? Like,
You see a few dents and dings in it, but it seems to be of exceptional
55.
quality.
all right. Then like while everybody else is doing this, I'm gonna use my mending cantrip to like fix it to make it perfect.
Okay.
And Chip's gonna go ahead. How big are the statues compared to Chip?
They're giant-sized lions.
Like, he's like 3 feet
dire
tall.
lions size.
So they're bigger than any of us.
Okay.
Is he just gonna try to like?
Yeah. He's like trying to pick it up.
He's pulling himself down. Is what he's doing.
So 55. Did I find any
I'm
magical
like,
instruments?
Indeed. You find an interesting-looking harp.
Ooh, I'm proficient in harp.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, no, I've got dulcimer, lute, and lyre, and viol.
Close enough. You'll figure it out.
You're proficient.
There is also a lyre.
Ooh, what's it like?
It looks very rough. Almost as if it was made out of stone.
stone.
It's probably dwarven make.
Yeah.
And does it have any of them arcane squiggles on it?
It does.
I'm going to ask him, how much for this harp? Or lyre, sorry.
Only 26 gold for you, my friend. Special deal today only.
I have
1 gold too much.
I have 5 gold left over from my purchases, so I hand him the 1 extra gold he needs.
Oh. Well, if you wouldn't mind spotting me, I'll get it back to you once we've turned in our receipts and gotten our pay for this.
Yeah, so I just spot him the 1 extra gold he needs.
All right.
Great. So I just spent my entire equipment budget on a magical instrument.
It's just the middle of day 1.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm good with the standard armor and sword.
Chip wild shapes into a raccoon and climbs up the statue.
All right.
So yeah, I will buy that lyre and take it with me. Oh, does it come with a case?
Sadly, it does not.
Okay, well, what are the odds I have an extra lyre case on me? since
I'm like,
unlikely.
give me the materials. I'll make you one.
That's true. He can actually at this point you can.
As you go to pick it up, it
Tools.
feels like stone,
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
is
and then
not
I use
as heavy as it should
I'm
be.
proficient with basic everything.
Interesting. Can I
I'm proficient with
do a little
everything.
performance in the shop while everyone finishes their shopping?
Certainly.
Can I see anything interesting from on top of the statue?
On top of the statue.
Who's taking
Actually,
photos?
as you were climbing up the statue, you noticed
gonna
wedged in between
stand
the
down
paws
with-
this
now,
very small
I'd give them a
copper
short rest.
figurine of a dog.
You're proficient with 2 things.
Ooh, I scurry over and pick it up.
Proficient
Okay.
with all 5 tools.
It is
very
exceptionally intricate.
Yes, especially since you can
The bottom of the
Big
paws
tool.
have some sort of writing sigils on it.
Rating sigils.
Okay, I
writing pause.
he's a raccoon, so he's illiterate.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't know what that is, but he scurries down to like, what was his,
I'm there.
what
I'm
was
there.
the guy's name?
Jelen.
So he scurries down to Jalen and like tugs on his pants and like holds up the little figurine.
You
The
hear
raccoon
the
just
highest squealing, girly squeal that you have ever heard come out of this slender man. He
I
jumps 5
hurry.
feet into the air, grabs onto the lion's head, and is just staring down at
I
you at the
hurry
moment.
over. I hurry over and I say, "Don't worry, don't worry. It's our friend. You know, the kid. He can turn into a raccoon.
he's going through a phase.
He's going through a phase.
Does he,
He
have
just
to be
wants-
vermin in the shop? Can he
I'm
be
sorry,
vermin
I'm
outside
sorry.
the shop?
I'm sorry. Once he can't change back once he does it for a while.
Oh,
Oh, can he?
yeah.
Okay. I'm like, I try to explain to Chip You need to change back into a human.
So when he says that, Chip just turns back into a gnome, and he's just holding up the little thing, like, I'm gonna buy this.
If you never do that again in here, you can have that free.
That's one way to do it.
Best
What a bargain.
negotiation tactic ever.
So, yeah, can I roll that performance to test out my new purchase?
You certainly can.
Everyone hope it isn't an exploding liar.
I do. I hope it is.
Oh,
So close.
that goes to show that I am not the best musician.
So we can tell
So
that it's in tune. He's
You
not
pull
playing it in
a
tune.
power cord on it, and out of that power cord, a wind just gushes through the warehouse.
I like
Maybe we should test these things outdoors.
outside, so we don't.
I'm going to look down at it and go, oh, it's out of tune. That's why. Because I refuse to acknowledge that I'm not as good a musician as I think.
I don't even need to roll an inside check just to figure that out.
So I will pretend to tune it while I sit here and do
During all
this.
of this, I'm just like, I look around at everybody and I'm just like, where did our lizard folk go?
Huh? What? He's like inspecting the pan.
Oh, okay. He's distracted with a shiny thing. That's good.
So does anyone else have anything they need to purchase before we take off?
I was looking for some books, but they don't seem to have it.
I think
Pawn shop, not a bookstore.
I'm satisfied with my purchases.
Well, especially here, because like paper would be expensive, and also
That's
books
true.
are like heirloom items. So
That's good. All right. I think we're all done. Unless we can get another free thing for having Chip turn
let's
into a
not
raccoon.
push our luck or else there will.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, if no one else has anything, I will thank him for the information. Give him a polite bow. Say perhaps we'll be back for some more shopping when we get paid next.
Oh, of course, of course. Good luck with your boy.
I'm going to look at him and say, "What boy?"
Thank
I,
you.
I pick up Chip and just
I
Head
go
out.
over and make sure I guide out our lizard folk.
Chip's just like, thank you, and waves, like really big.
I'm like,
Bye-bye,
or
little
go,
man. Bye-bye.
or go.
Have a good
I
day.
completely forgot, like in character, I completely forgot that I was doing that lie. So I'm confused when he asks me about my kid. Like, huh?
Orguk's going to follow along.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I came and got you, and I'm just like, it's time to go.
as opposed to Draho, who would actually forget his kid.
Yeah. I'm like, it's time to go. And I also tell him, we're off to go get you your hunting done for the day.
No,
Hunting?
not yet. We're off to.
Don't.
Well, yeah, I guess we are because we're going to their den. So
Yeah. It's time to hunt. You like hunting, right?
Very good. So we're finally going after our prey.
Yes.
But
yeah,
I
we
would
have-
like to suggest we first head back to the barracks, inform Captain Grunt of everything we've done so far, and turn in our receipts. Then we go. We have a nice night's rest, and we go out tomorrow since we've
Oh,
got
yeah,
5
Everything
days to
we've
do
done
this.
for half a day.
Yeah, I also, as we're heading out, I give Itai my receipt of unnamed origin. I'm like, can you write your name on this for me?
Well, I mean, like I said, technically we have a 25 gold equipment budget that
With a
legitimately Drawho
No,
paid
it's
like.
it's the one for the bar.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, give that to me. I'll sign off on it. Because I'm the one that told you to do it, so I'll take responsibility.
Here I am, not having spent any money.
So we're headed
This
back
little
to
thing
the
for free.
barracks.
Barracks.
Yep, head back to the barracks so that I can get yelled at and we can be put on a budget.
So the whole time
Yeah,
we're
What's
walking
this
back,
sweet? I haven't spent anything.
Yeah, what's this sweet nonsense? We are no part of this.
so
Yeah.
the whole time we're walking back, Chip's just like looking at his little figurine, like kid's playing with his new toy on the way home.
Like, okay.
Also, I figure we spend a night, we get these things identified, and then we start off for the pirate base in the middle of the night so we can get some
Yes.
proper rest.
Yeah, because I assume at this point I've seen Orguk's thing that he bought, the wand-like thing.
Oh, the wand is
So glad
hidden.
you continued that sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I just realized what I said. Jesus Christ.
So Orgok does remove the wand from the pan whenever he has some free time. And he, instead of bothering to identify it or figure it out through more safer means, he simply tries to experiment with it. First he takes a wand and he taps the inside of the pan because he's heard that shamans can do special things with.
So just to be clear, you're playing with your wand.
Oh yeah, I'm playing with
After
my.
He just said what he said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Allow me to clarify. I am playing with my big,
Oh no, we can leave it at that.
No, we're gonna leave it at that.
with my
That's funny.
big, strong lizard wand.
You're
It's
just
also black. I just feel like I have to
You're
remind
pulling
you.
out the wood right now.
All right.
Can we just,
So,
Nope.
Kadra is going to have to edit this whole conference.
So-
What we do most
so-
times.
So Orgok knows.
Just
So
imply.
Orgok knows that that the shamans were able to do things that were basically beyond his comprehension, with items that were much like this. And so he takes the wand and he gingerly taps it in the inside of the pan.
As you do that, this kind of purple bolt of mystical energy wangs into the bottom of the pan. You see a small dent.
I'm sorry, what was that verb you just used?
This
Wangs.
That's
He
right.
just wanged into
this startles him and he like scrabbles back a little bit.
Is it onomatopoeic like wang?
Since I am right next to him, because I'm acting as his handler, I see this and I'm like, what's going on?
It has shamanic properties.
I'm like, I ask him, may I see it?
No.
No. Show him. Then I'm like, show me what it.
And Chip, as you're playing with that puppy figurine, it ends up kind of dropping from your hands, and when it does, hits the ground, makes this kind of odd hung, and in doing so, turns into a large mastiff.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You just got a mount.
Uh,
For
and
an
it
hour.
doesn't have to be me.
Oh, that, again, that was the dwarf.
That was the
not
dwarf.
mount.
I am trying to be your mount.
No, you're trying to make him your
Yeah,
mount.
I'm trying to make you my mount.
Hmm.
After playing with
So, yeah, I want to get to the Captain Grunt so we can get to identifying these items because I really do want to know what they do. But
Yeah, so Chip starts clapping excitedly and climbs up on the Mastiff's back.
All right. It is.
I just no Chip. If you're gonna ride the Mastiff, ride it as a raccoon.
But I am a raccoon.
Not what I meant, but okay.
But I don't understand what you mean. I'm a raccoon.
Just ignore him. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's your Mastiff's name, buddy?
Dog.
Solid name.
Solid choice there.
It could be Odge.
No, it's dog.
Okay.
Hooch. Like Turner and Hooch.
Does he have to make animal handling checks?
He does
Yeah,
not.
that's what
It
I
is
wondered.
purely under his command.
Oh, so it's is it a Morningtime's faithful hound?
Very
No, it's-
similar.
Okay.
It's the figurine. So
It's
Kinda like my lions.
functionally it's like an alabaster puppy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. We should
So,
move on.
yeah, let's go to the boss and turn in my receipts and see what happens.
You're just gonna get yelled at. It's gonna be hilarious.
So yeah, we'll get back to Captain Grunt at the Reichlinmir Securities warehouse.
All right. As you guys get back, it's probably about 2, maybe 3 p.m. You notice on his office door, the sign has been flipped around and it says out to lunch.
Out to
Of
lunch.
course.
That's
Well,
great detail.
then I'm going to slide the receipts under the door for him to find when he gets back from
And then
lunch.
when he gets up, I'm gonna point to the drop slot that's in the door.
Nah, it's fine.
Oh, so you're gonna make sure he gets in trouble for this while we're here?
Oh, there's no one to bet to. I'm just pointing out that he did a stupid thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
my job.
then I think I'm like, okay, guys, I say we get some rest, relax. I need to figure out what this harp does, and then
Outside.
I say we head after those pirates in the dead of night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, we both say to him, you practice with the harp outside so we don't ruin our house?
I figured we would just identify it.
Also, this isn't actually our house. It's the warehouse that our employer happens. So any
functions
damages to company property would fall on us.
I mean, we could just identify it.
Okay, then give it to me.
Yeah, if somebody knows how to identify. Anyone else have anything? I look down and see the gnome on a dog.
I'm actually going to flip one of my pages in my book and start drawing him.
Okay, because I've never done Identify before, do I need to roll anything for it, Pedro?
Nope.
Okay, then I cast Identify on it.
As a ritual.
Yeah.
Yeah, do a ritual for sure.
I suppose we can spare another 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
Like I said, I figure we spend a couple hours. We do basically a rest and then head there in the dead of night.
Yeah.
After
Like if it's 2 in the afternoon,
And then
we
I'll
can
do-
sleep until 10, get up and hit the dock by midnight.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We can rest till 10, get a full rest, and then hit the dock at midnight.
But I'll do ritual on all the items that we got and just
Alright.
see what they are.
Whenever you identify Orguk's wand, he watches very intently to make sure that you don't try to run away with it. After all, he met you a few hours ago.
I look at him, I'm like, don't worry, I want to be your friend. I would never steal anything from you.
The wand is a wand of magic missiles, though you note that it has a small crack in it. Seems to have a maximum amount of charges.
Okay.
Is like that
it's already
wand
there.
capable of being mended?
Magic items can be, but it
Not
would
with
take
them.
someone with the skill to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so alright. So I would have to learn how to mend it potentially.
Mm-hmm.
It takes craftsmanship and like the ability to cast a spell as well.
Well, I have both. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to learn how to try to mend that eventually, because I both have mending and I have like the craftsmanship to do so. So over time, I'm gonna try and mend that for him so it's not as dangerous, if he will let me.
All right. That has been added to Orguk's inventory.
Yep.
And then
see
what
it
is
there.
the harp?
The
Lyre.
The lyre, yeah. Sorry.
It is a.
I mean, I'm willing at this point to change over to harp training and make it a harp, since we keep calling it a harp, if you would prefer.
It's just, I always think of lyres as mini harps.
That's why I took it originally, because it was more compact.
Yeah.
You see where I go with it?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, what is the lyre?
It is a small stone lyre that has the ability to play music beautifully, provided that the standard check is passed. It does have a +2 to performance, and allows the caster to once per day cast Gust of Wind and Fairy Fire.
That is abundantly helpful.
Okay, so we're set for detecting invisible creatures. Got it.
Yeah, because like Will can cast it as fairy for fairy
Who's
fire.
Will?
Sorry.
Kristen.
Kristen can cast fairy fire as domain spell. I can cast it as one of my just listed spells. I can switch it out obviously for something else, but it's one
I
of my
can cast it
spells.
too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How's the dog going?
Yeah. So we have like we're setted for detecting invisible creatures apparently.
Also, I could just like see invisibility.
Chip,
That
after
would be
about an
very fire
hour, the
redundant,
dog
though.
turns back into a
Well,
statue.
it's a higher level spell. too.
Aww.
All right.
Well, maybe it'll do it again after a while.
Yeah. Does like his mastiff like reboot?
Are you doing identify on it as well?
I did on all of the stuff.
Will,
that
will
we got.
you let the salty dwarf?
The
figure
crazy dwarf
Yeah.
investigate that to make sure it can work again?
Yeah, that'll be like one of those like videos where like watch the dog seeing his toy get repaired.
So I do ritual on the dog.
Okay. It is a figurine of wondrous power, resembling a soft copper statue of a cute puppy. It can become a mastiff. Oh, sorry, up to 8 hours, not 1 hour. For up to 8 hours, with the following changes to its statistics. It is medium size, however, its bite only deals 1 piercing damage, and it is incapable of knocking creatures prone. Once used, it cannot be used again until 2 days have passed.
Alright, so I look over to him and I say, you can have a dog back in every 8 hours, for 8 hours every 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Well, look at it this way: you don't have to eat it.
Uh-huh.
And I give him back his toy.
Right. Now, do you have my lyre in my... Oh, there it is.
I sure do.
Excellent.
Now,
Do I by any
what-
chance
what's-
know
what's
what the...
the- What?
How
Also,
do I cast those spells exactly?
By
Also-
playing a power chord.
I forgot to
Of
ask,
course.
What is the bonus for my shield, and what is the
+2.
Yep,
Okay.
standard shield.
okay?
So I assume from the identify, I know what chord to play for each spell.
Correct.
And remember, you do
Okay.
have enhanced defense up
Yeah.
as well.
So also, but that we were at 60 with that against defense. Yeah. But also, what is the damage on that crossbow I bought?
It's
Okay.
a standard crossbow. The only major difference is it has 5 instantly reloadable rounds. Think of it like a pump-action shotgun.
So 2.
So 2. Okay.
Oh no, sorry. The crossbow doesn't deactivate.
And
You
then
just-
the
you just
attack
said it-
bonus.
Yeah, it's not magical. It's just mechanically you don't.
Yeah,
have
I
to
know,
reload it
I
for
know,
running.
but I meant the attack bonus, not the.
Oh, that's based on dex. So
Okay, so I think we should take our 8 hours of rest, get all our stuff back that we might have used, such as wild shapes and so forth, and then around 10 o'clock head towards the dock so we can get there at the dark of night.
Okay,
When
everybody
the
take a
pirates
nap?
are their when the pirates are their drunkest and their vision is at its worst.
since I only need 4,
You really expect me to use wild shape for anything tactically useful?
Yes.
Well, also I
No.
did it because
Wild
it
shape
makes no
exists to turn
sense
into a
not to
cute
get a
raccoon.
good night, to get a good rest in before we go fight people. We really don't need the long rest, but might as well
So-
take it. Got nothing else to do.
So I'm gonna say this before we go into battle. Prepare for an owl of a good time.
Don't get it.
yeah. So since I only need 4 to get 4 hours to get a long rest in, I'm going to use my remaining time to pack everyone's sandwiches.
Okay.
Oh man,
This-
isn't the
this guy
elf
had-
life great?
I know, right? Also, upon completing that long rest, I'm going to make myself proficient with herbalism kit and cook's utensils. So I'm going to sleep first, then wake up proficient with cook's utensils, and then make them.
Okay.
Well, since I don't think I need a.
It's
I don't know.
it's your decision.
I-
You haven't cast anything, so
No, I'm gonna only sleep for half the time as well, and the other half of the time I'm gonna rummage around in like what we keep in storage for like because I assume like in our barracks we keep like materials and stuff in storage, right? Draho?
Define exactly what you're looking for because I do know what Draho keeps available to the troops. So you need
Basically,
to tell me what you're looking for.
I'm looking for wood and stuff so I can make a case for your lyre for you?
No. I'll leave any of that stuff. You're expected to buy that stuff with your own money. However, I do have a lyre, so I'll just take my regular one out, put the stone one in the case, and secure it and carry it with me, because I've never carried an instrument with me till now. And I am going to sell my old lyre to try and get some money back to give you back what I owe you.
Okay, because I was just going to make you one. Because I was just going to make you a new one.
I already owe you enough money. I'm not about ready to.
You think I was going to charge you? You're not Draho.
Yes, no one's that rich and famous.
Like
So,
our
it's
boss
odd,
isn't.
when you wake up, you find a note next to your bed on your nightstand with
That's
the
weird.
receipts that reads, "These will be expensed this time. However, unapproved expenses that are not noted beforehand will not be approved and taken from your funding." Signed, Grunt.
I love how Grunt silently walks into the room, places them right next to his bed, and then just leaves. Did I see him do this?
Grunt is not hands-on, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah. Do I see them do this? Because I would just I would be laughing in a corner.
So
I offer Grunt a sandwich.
Kristen does because she only sleeps for 4 hours.
I offer Grunt a sandwich.
Oh.
And he takes one.
Sweet. Next. I also put extra meat on Urgux.
Awesome.
Urgux. Yeah.
He appreciates that. Food that can make food.
Medium.
Medium, so I could make that a sweet.
All right. So what would we like
Oh
to
no
do?
no size.
We should probably
doesn't matter.
handle those
It's
pirates.
only if it only
Where are we
matters
going
if
for
you
that?
want to pick it up and use it as a weapon.
Oh,
What was the name of the?
But if it's
You
small
got
enough,
the name
I mean,
of the
look at
ship,
that. It's just
named
having
Raven.
someone be able to run over it.
All right.
Yeah, I was
We
gonna
should,
say. I
we
figured
should
we'd
go to
start
the
with the
harbor.
dock we're on and just
So if
hit
it's-
up docks
if it's
until
tiny,
we
then
find
it's
it.
Small
Okay.
enough.
Oh, that's gonna take a while.
Well, no, there's 3 main docks. There's this one, the one across the water, the one down in Harbor District, and the one next to the Faerun District, where we probably don't want to go at night, but we're gonna have to.
That's
Mhm.
4.
Yeah, but we can see in the one that's here and the one across from us.
Yeah, but you said there were 3. There's 4.
I consider the one across the waterway the
Look,
same.
the feral guy knows more than you about math.
That is that is sad, man. All right.
Yeah, there's about 25 slips in total in Ravens Bluff.
All right.
Let's do it the easy way. Let's hit the dock, find the dock worker, and just ask him, "Hey, have you seen this ship parked here?"
That's not going to draw any attention.
Yeah, that's not gonna. Yeah.
No, you find a dock working kid that's like 12. You give him a couple coppers.
gonna be up
they'll
at
tell you
night.
what you need to know.
Hang on.
Yeah,
Is
child
it-
labor
okay.
laws aren't a thing in
Wait,
Ravens Bluff
wait.
yet.
Wait,
Draco
I
is
have
gonna
an-
make that happen.
I have an idea. But... Okay, so
You ain't seen a sweatshop till you've seen a
Draco,
Draco
okay,
sweatshop.
okay, so are we searching one area of the docks? Like, where's the area of the docks we're searching?
So we have docks here. We have docks there.
I'm starting at Clearwater Harbor because we're right there. I'm gonna ask one of the dock boys.
Yeah.
If he
Okay.
doesn't know, then
So I
we
was
move
just
to the
like, if
next
it's a
dock.
small enough area, I can just have my owl just search it.
Yeah, I think that for the talking, Orgak is just going to just stay in the back for now.
Yeah, don't scare the small
Don't have to
boys.
ask anyone.
I'm probably already
Oh,
doing that.
I mean, let him do his thing. You can send your owl to scout ahead of us.
Yeah. Okay,
Alright. So,
Hey.
as you arrive at the eastern side of Clearwater Harbor, on the outskirts of Crow's End, the smell of the salt air tickles your nose, and you can taste the salt from the sea. The sky is a deep, dark blue as it's night at this point, with no clouds. You see ships of all sizes and shapes. Continuing your walk through the harbor, you see a sailor sitting on a barrel, staring at you. He's an old man with a rough gray beard, wearing an old captain's hat. As you pass by, he asks in a rough voice, "Hey, what you city folks doing here?"
City folk. Who do you think you're talking
Well, as you
to?
can see,
Obviously adventurers.
we dabble.
Actually, because granted, I am dressed extremely flamboyantly because I have no, as you can see by my little token there.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect for stealth missions.
Yeah.
Can I saunter up to him and use a performance to convince him I'm an out-of-work sailor looking to join a ship? I heard, and give him the name of the ship.
Why do you ask if you can instead of just saying I do?
Because I want to make sure the GM will let me do it before I start rolling dice.
I mean,
you can attempt to do anything.
Okay, then I would like to attempt to convince him through a performance check that I'm putting my acting skills to use.
I've also given up trying to stop you from doing anything.
That I'm an out of work sailor. These are some crew that have worked with me, and we're looking for work. We hear, what was the name of the ship again?
The Raven.
The Raven's been hiring. Do you know where it might be? Here, it pays good.
Yep.
Very good.
Yep.
Oh, that was persuasion anyways. I didn't roll the right thing. I was supposed to roll performance.
I'll also
screwed
give
that
you
up.
advantage on that, Draho, with my persuasion.
I don't think it matters.
Well, no, I rolled the wrong one. So yeah, I will take advantage.
Okay.
Because that was an oops.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Very good.
Ah.
I was. The only thing I did good was feature. So yeah, I saunter up like a drunken Jack Sparrow.
I love it.
So as you tell him what you're looking for, I know that ship. It's berthed right over there at slip 22. But be careful.
22.
That crew is the roughest I've seen in many a year. And they'll
I'm
be wanting to
sure
steal
we'll
whatever you have. Before going, I'd recommend you're well rested, because that captain has a reputation towards the art of battle.
I facepalmed just because he was right.
Orgok smiles with a malicious glint in his eyes, and he says, "I'm sure I'll manage."
Oh, I'm sure you will, lad.
I pat Orguk in that scratchy spot he likes on his back.
Oh no! You tried that once already. It's already been scratched.
But I can.
It won't itch again for another 12 years.
Funny enough, it's the slip right next to your shop.
Oh,
Aha!
okay.
Who made the brilliant decision
I
to
did.
not go on a trip before we searched?
I'm silently just cursing myself because again, he was right about this in particular and nothing else.
Mhm.
So yep, I'm going to give the guy a copper for his trouble and bid him farewell, and let's head to the slip and see if we can convince the captain that we want to work for him. Get into the crew, wait until they're drunk, and then kill them in their sleep.
I'm pretty sure.
Plan.
Okay, I'm pretty sure any captain worth his salt is gonna plan for such a thing.
Okay, while
I don't know if I get another 20.
I'm gonna grab him. I'm still learning the run this game. I'm gonna grab you time like we need to have a plan before we try this. We need to have.
I've got a plan.
Yes.
I pour a little booze on me. I walk up. I convince them I'm a pirate. We're looking for work. They let us on the ship. We drink with them a while. Hopefully you guys don't drink like I won't. And then when they're asleep, we start cutting throats and throw their bodies in the water. So
And while they're killing you for attempting that, we can sneak up on them and attack, right?
Okay, can I just offer this as an alternative plan to murdering them while they're asleep? Not that I'm
murder them
against
while they're awake.
My people prefer a more direct approach.
I have a very
That's more
direct
direct
approach,
than sleep murder.
and it gets you quicker food.
All right, I'll
How
listen
about
to your
you
approach, but I still think sleep murder is the best idea.
Let me just send in my little drone with a bomb and blow the ship sky high.
We need the
But
chalk.
we don't
We
know
could-
where the chalk is. That's why we need to get on the ship before we kill everyone. To
Okay,
find the
but
chalk.
how
Once
about
we know
we-
the chalk's there,
Then
get
I
them
offer an
drunk and
alternative plan. We ingratiate ourselves with the crew, steal the chalk, get it off the ship, and then blow the ship sky high, and I set bombs around the ship.
You know, just based on what I know of reptiles, Urgo, you can swim really well, right?
Yes, it's the water is one of my favorite places to be.
But I mean, if we don't kill them, they're eventually gonna come after us.
We are
to kill
going to
us.
kill them. It's just let's do this in a stealthy manner so
Well-
we don't have to fight as much.
I'm offering a stealthy manner.
Also, it might be good to not hedge all our
More
bets.
subtle
on-
than
on
sleep murder.
infiltration.
I can.
I'm just saying that if he approaches from the outside of the ship, like from the water,
Yeah.
and sneaks below deck, if we draw all of them up, if your
If.
plan doesn't work and they all come up to the deck,
Gator death roll.
he can
Yeah.
slip in.
Yes.
He can slip in.
The Florida man in me admires that.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting all session to do a Gator death roll.
Okay, we let him do a gator death roll. He gets Orgu
So
gets the stuff out, gets the crates out, while we distract the guys.
Chalk in water, though.
Well, he doesn't have to take it out.
I'm not taking the chalk. All I care about is killing the dudes.
Yeah, he has a killing thing. So what I'm suggesting is that if everyone happens to get on our case up on deck, he can come from behind.
My
and like
I
infiltrate
would
back.
recommend that if any of you guys have abilities that shove or move enemies,
I have
to
a
shove them
cannon.
overboard. It'd be an easy way to get rid of them.
I
have a
have a
horse
better
cannon.
suggestion.
And then I can Gator death roll.
Yes, I got this. You stay in the water. I force cannon them off the ship.
Well, I was gonna
Not a
say,
bad
why
plan,
don't we let
It's not.
we have a raccoon with us, and raccoons are famously sneaky and like to take stuff. How about the Orguk has the raccoon ride him into the water, sneaks onto the boat from the water, steals the chalk, rides the lizard folk back to shore. I'm up there with you guys as backup. I put on a performance to distract them.
You guys are weirdly fascinated with riding him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's a perfect plan. We get it caught, it doesn't get in the water,
Right in the-
we all do
Just
something.
get one for now.
But
I
You
is
think
two,
it-
you two stand up there to protect me should they get
that so wrong?
unwise to us.
That might
And I
actually
distract them.
work. That's scary.
Is it
Yeah.
wrong that I want to be a human bombardier on the back of a
You're a
lizard?
dwarf.
A dwarf bombardier on the back of a lizard?
I'm just like, I think that's the best plan. We use the sneaky raccoon and the lizard swimming. We implement all of your
Okay.
plan.
But
Then we use you two to keep me alive while I hopefully don't fuck up my performance.
You're overestimating our friendship here.
Yes, you are. You think that Oric and Kristen actually want to keep you alive. That's
Of course you do. We work together.
Yeah.
Once
there
you sign
is-
the contract, you're gonna help me.
I work for Draho.
I
not you.
work. Yeah, I work for Draho. I don't really care if you're dead or alive by the end.
I
of
have my own reasons for caring about whether Itai is alive or not.
Yeah, like.
Is it because I play good?
It's you're the
Next
only
character
person
too,
here
don't
who
get
can
me wrong.
talk. to
Yeah,
someone.
hey, the lizard should care if I live. I feed him.
He's got a point.
He can feed himself though. You're just being convenient.
But I'm convenient to get you fed so that I have uses.
He likes you.
So let's go with that plan because that involves everything everyone suggested minus my night murder.
That's
Yes.
true.
And
Also-
we can still do night murder if things go horribly wrong.
Or if they go very well.
Well, and also,
Yeah,
or
They're
they-
probably drunk. I'm
That's all.
sure they'd love some entertainment. You guys stay up there, and if they ask, just say that you're part of my entertainment crew. You stay behind me while I play my harp and perform a spiritual, a telling of a famous sea shanty. You guys dance in the background.
I am not a
Can
dancer.
raccoons
Dwarves do not
fly?
dance.
I'll also point out that I can cast sleep.
Oh, that's
That's-
helpful. That's helpful.
Yes.
Sleep. We sleep them all to death.
Well, I can only get so many of them at a time,
Yes, but it is a very effective control spell.
and it won't affect me. So,
Okay, so I think we've all agreed on the plan.
I
so
think
it's
so
a
too.
combination of them. So we try it.
Yeah, because
If it doesn't work, I put some of them to sleep. We handle the rest, and you get food.
All right, let's go.
All right,
awesome.
little furry food. You get on my back.
Um,
Okay, but I'm not food.
Okay.
Consider
also,
it a nickname.
Also, against my better judgment, I'm going to give Itai the thing I gave. Again, Chip before. So I'll only tell you what it is when it's relevant. But I just pat you on the back. I'm like, okay, we'll go with that.
Also, just in case, before Orguk and Chip head off, I'm like, I hand Orguk one of my bombs, and I'm just like, use this only if it's necessary and get far away.
He looks at the device, and his tongue flicks out.
You might want to explain how it works.
Yeah, I show him, I'm like, you pull this, it goes boom, you just, but be far away and throw it after you pull the pin.
Why am I picturing armed group?
Yeah.
So,
Armed group. No, we would have a raccoon.
Yeah.
so real quick, if it uses powder, gunpowder and water have never exactly mixed very well.
It's contained in a shell. It's safe until kaboom.
All right.
Gets there. It's wet anyway.
He where the hell is he gonna put that?
Put it in his mouth.
That's dangerous.
Do you have a pack? Or maybe the raccoon can hold it?
Oh yes, he has a backpack. I guess he'll just shove it in there.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, hope for the best.
You took a bomb from a mad dwarf. I love it.
I mean, why not?
We're all gonna die.
Real quick, Kadro, can I even use that thing?
What is it that we're talking about? I kind of got lost
He
there.
gave me some kind of a grenade. And it kind of sounds like one of his class abilities, but I don't think that'll work for me. And I also don't think I'll bother with that.
Yeah, do you have bombs?
Potentially. Sir Auric, go ahead and read off what that is, since that's the first time that we're actually talking about it in this campaign.
Well, it's kind of like
I think it's something that a device that he probably put together with his tinker tools.
Yeah. Because, like, it's one of my devices I put together with tinker tools and metal.
Mm-hmm.
So
Honestly, I think you would have probably had to roll for this before we started.
sorry, but it's basically just tinker tools, metal, and like metal smithing with my gunpowder proficiency. So if you want me to roll for how stable it is, that's fine.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, and I'll take a quick peek at the artificer notes on that.
There's not really notes. It's
Yeah, it's more like what you build.
That's magical tinkering.
Yeah. So 14 plus
probably intelligence and proficiency.
yeah, so 18.
Okay.
It's not too bad.
So which option are you giving it? It looks like that allows it to shed bright light in a 5-foot radius, or when tapped, it can emit a recorded message.
I mean, you can make a flashbang.
Yeah, that's what I was. What is it?
You can make a visual effect appear on an object's surface.
I'm trying to find the paper.
Yeah, it's
It's a very long.
It is. So let's just go over it fully. At first level, you learn how to invest a spark of magic into mundane objects. To use this ability, you must have thieves' tools or artisan tools in hand. Then you touch a tiny non-magical object as an action and give it one of the following magical properties of your choice. Option 1. The object sheds bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light in an additional 5 feet. Option 2. Whenever tapped by a creature, the object emits a recorded message that can be heard up to 10 feet away. You utter the message when you bestow this property on the object. The recording can be no longer than 6 seconds long. Option 3. The object continuously emits a choice of an odor or a non-verbal sound, wind, waves, chirping, or the like. The chosen phenomenon is perceivable up to 10 feet away.
Well,
Choice 4, the static visual effect appears on the object's surface. The effect can be a picture, up to 25 words of text, lines, and shapes, or a mixture of these elements as you like. The chosen property lasts indefinitely. As an action, you can touch an object and end the property early. You can bestow the magic on multiple objects, touching one object at a time to use this feature, though a single object can only bear one property at a time. The magic...
It's basically the flashbang version.
The bright light.
Yeah, you can do light, but it's not really a flashbang.
Yeah, it'd be like a road flare.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think this was something you specifically say you're trying to make.
Yeah, because like my goal is to just make regular bombs, but at some point, if you'll allow it.
Oh, most likely.
But right now, that's just like a flashbang kind of deal. Or the closest I can
again,
make
it's
to-
like a very dull torch.
Yeah.
So you could use
Well, actually, I'll make
second-level
the-
infusion, turning those objects into magical items. Which basically allows you to put one of your spells instantly into that item.
Okay.
That's a second level infusion?
Yep, infusion. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch a non-magical object and imbue it with one of your artificer infusions, turning it into a magic item. Infusion only works on certain kinds of objects as specified by...
No. So those are mostly utility things, or
Mm.
just like adding a +1 to a weapon.
I believe there's a spell storing one.
That's a 10th level ability. Or 9th level, but it's higher than he is.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, actually, I'll just make it like a distraction one. Like it'll make a visual representation that speaks.
He's going to create a
Okay.
hologram.
Yeah. I'll just say distraction.
What are you gonna have it say?
Like if they need a
Obi-Wan Kenobi,
distraction.
you're my only hope.
No, like if they need a distraction, they can throw it into a corner, and it will project basic representation of like a human pirate, and it'll say, "Hey, guys, the guys are over here. The guys are over here."
I like that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And I'm sure you explained that all to the lizard.
yes,
So
and to Chip, though I don't think he'll take much.
So it can
this-
either do a visual or a sound.
Or a combination thereof is what it said.
no, I don't think it did.
Magical tinkering, chosen.
Yeah,
You can
though a
split
single
magic-
object can only bear one property at a time.
The
Make it the noise. Throw it in the corner, and they hear a guy shouting from the corner.
yeah, I guess it's the noise then.
That'd
yeah.
work.
Okay.
All right.
So plan is set. I get up there
Wait,
and charm
no.
them.
Static visual effect appears on one of the subject. This effect appears picture, words, text, slang. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
do
okay.
one of those things.
Sorry. Misread.
No worries.
Okay.
New class, new rules, new fun.
Mm-hmm.
Who dis?
Yep.
Alright. So yeah, that's what I'll do, and I'll explain it to the lizard and Chip.
I see.
I'm Groot.
I am Groot. I am Groot.
No!
Yes.
And there is a raccoon involved, so it works.
It does.
Yes.
All right, so heading down to slip 22.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Also, on our way there, I will also cast my homunculus,
Okay.
and then in the form of an owl,
Okay.
and then I'm going to make the force cannon tiny.
So you get one of those for free
Yeah.
for an hour,
Yep.
and if you make another one,
I expend a spell slot.
and it destroys the old one.
And then I'm gonna have my homunculus pick up said tiny, because I'm gonna I can determine the dimensions of the cannon, so I'm gonna put like a bar on it, so my homunculus owl can pick it up
Okay.
and carry it, and fly around, and it can blast things with force.
Yep, not a problem.
We get a flying turret.
Once we get to use it, then I'll have you read off specifically what it does.
That is fine.
All right.
All right.
So, as you continue walking to the dock, you see a smaller galleon-style vessel sporting a name plaque that reads The Raven. It appears to be well over 100 feet long, but not nearly as big as most of those of its style berthed along other slips. The Raven boasts a figurehead at the front of the ship in the form of a sultry sea goddess, very mermaid in kind of the way that it looks. In her hands, she is cradling a raven. The mermaid has long black hair with deep blue eyes and deep red lipstick. It appears that she is watching you from every direction. As you wander towards the ship, you find that the plank is already lowered and there are 2 men standing on either side of the entry.
I am going to approach them, and with my lyre in my hands in the case, approach, ask you two to stay back some so we don't seem like we're attacking them. Go, excuse me, are you guys perhaps interested in some entertainment tonight?
Entertainment, by all means.
I give another obvious wink.
Yes, my fee's quite reasonable. It's 3 copper per song.
Oh, is it just you or is it the whole troop?
They are mostly here because they need food, and I'm the one that makes the money.
Oh, well, come on aboard and let's start those songs. We'll get you all fed.
Oh, excellent. Hear that, guys? You can eat and commingle with the guests while I perform.
Orguk nods and
I thought you guys were in the water.
Itai.
Yeah, I thought you were swimming, right?
Oh, I don't know. I thought we were approaching by the docks.
No, it's just me, really, who's coming up with you.
Okay. In
'Cause
which case, I'm in the water.
Okay.
Yeah.
With
So really, it's just
you
me.
two
Thanks, boss.
on board from the water while I distract them on the deck. So
Yeah.
and
I
I'm,
go
My,
and I'm waiting off deck until shit goes sour.
yep.
Kadro, would you like me to roll a stealth check while I'm in the water?
No, none of them are going to be looking towards the water at this.
I was gonna say I know what side Orguk is supposed to go in on, so I'm gonna stand on the exact opposite side of the ship to draw their
Alright.
attention.
Okay.
So if you're coming up the back port, I'm gonna be on the front stern.
My plan is to go up the anchor.
Yeah, so I'll be completely opposite of it, trying to draw them all in.
Okay.
All right.
So I will pop open the lyre, ask Kristen, have a seat, enjoy something to eat. I'll make us our money today.
Before you start performing, I'm going to cast thaumaturgy on you to make your voice boom 3 times louder than normally would. Give you a little
That's-
amplification.
Oh man.
And are there any flames going on deck?
There are currently not.
Okay.
So, as portion of the party are walking up the deck, both the men kind of look in your direction, then back at each other, broad smiles across their face. And the first one that was talking kind of wraps his arm around the other one. He's like, "Come on, Smooth. They should meet the captain. You know he likes visitors."
I'm immediately taking away the 3 times voice.
Yeah.
Don't want to have that misunderstanding.
Well, so Kadro, just so you know, just so I can know when to go in, since I'm just skulking in the shadows, kind of, I'm going to have my owl like soaring above, high enough that they can't see it, but also high enough that I can keep an eye and just tell when I need to go in.
Okay, not a problem.
Yeah, you basically, when I start freaking out and everything attack. That's the
Pretty much.
signal is when I stop performing and start screaming bloody murder.
All right. While they're performing and getting onto the ship, Orguk starts to do like a little bit of a gator swim lazily around the anchor.
Okay.
Does he have a tick going too?
So, getting up the
All right.
rickety plank, you find yourselves on the deck where you can see several closed crates along with barrels of food, wine, and other supply. A meager crew of men are busy about their chores, yet noticing your arrival, Each crewman turns to stare intently, sizing you up. As you pass one of the
Wait,
crates... Mhm.
did they do that before I started performing?
Yes, before.
No, they were supposed to wait till I started performing.
Yes.
As
That
you
was the
pass
whole
one of the
purpose.
crates, you notice that it's slightly open, and within there are a glint of steel weapons. The floors are clean, and the crew seems to be well fed. Besides the smell of the ocean, there's also a musty smell that you're not familiar with. The first pirate motions you towards the back of the galleon, where a door, presumably to the captain's quarters, stands proud and ornate, with all manner of filigree.
Why'd you guys screw up the plan? It was that simple. Just
You
wait
didn't
till you
screw
hear
up-
music.
Are you saying this out loud?
No, I don't know this is happening because I'm about ready to start my performance to cover their entry.
I thought you were going to the captain.
I think we need a little more light, so I'm going to pull out a torch.
Okay?
and just-
Yeah, hold up. What is the order of things happening? Because
Yeah.
So you guys arrived. You started walking up the plank. As you got up onto the deck, the rest of the crew is kind of sizing you up. And the first pirate is motioning you towards the cabin door where the captain should be.
Yeah, and I'm like,
okay then, we'll go talk to the captain.
and anyone else think it's dark in here, I'm just gonna, don't mind me. Pulling out a torch, you know.
Yeah, then I guess we'll go to the captain and hopefully Orgut doesn't pop up until we've had our discussion.
Okay?
There was a signal that I was supposed to get that I don't think I'm going to.
Yeah,
Oh, don't
'cause you were
worry,
supposed
don't
to
worry,
wait
I have
till
a
I
plan for
start
that as well.
performing.
I have a plan for
Yeah,
that.
you were supposed to wait until you hear me distracting them with my beautiful music.
Hmm.
And my screechy, unbeautiful voice.
Yeah.
So,
Why does this bard remind me of someone from Knight's Tale?
It's the way it is. So I guess I'll go let the captain know I'm here to perform and get them to come out with me.
all right. So walking up the steps approaching the captain's quarters, you can see the carving of a raven above the door. The stylized raven has been stained a dark ebony color and is outlined with a golden inlaid embossing. The door swings open before you can react. A man with a black tri-corner captain's hat and a blue coat stands imposingly in the doorframe. Though before you can speak, the first mate steps forward in front of the captain and asks, "And you are?"
Huh? Oh, to me?
Mm-hmm.
My
I just
name is
elbow him in the side.
Itai Sweet Voice. I am a performer. I figured I'd try and make some money. I've been going boat to boat asking if anyone would like some entertainment for the night. You're the first people to offer me a job, basically.
The captain chuckles, and from that, all of the crew laugh. Then he stops and frowns. "We're not here for the likes of ye. You can remove all your equipment and gold, and then you can leave. Or we can get you. Take your belongings and toss your remains as chum."
How about you let me perform and then we discuss this? What's it hurt to let me perform? If you're going to murder us and throw us overboard, at least get some musical entertainment.
It does make a strong
If I
argument.
perform well enough, you'll let me leave with my life and you can keep my stuff.
Oh, give me a persuasion check.
Is my owl seeing any of this?
You see- you show me
the
the
captain
Oh,
there.
I'm inspiration. Let's re-roll that.
That's on brand.
That's on.
That's so on brand.
That is-
That's much better.
Much better.
That's better.
It's only like a torch.
We'll
Okay.
use that inspiration on this guy.
Oh, you.
He holds his sword, puts it up to the tip of your neck.
No, but
Make sure it's good, or we'll gut you while you're
like I
singing.
programmed it to come
for
back.
extra
Okay.
Oh, it'll
loud
be the
sounds.
finest performance you've ever witnessed.
No, but I programmed it to come back.
Okay.
Gotcha. So before he does this, A, do I see any powder kegs on deck?
You do. Let's go ahead and get the map up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like this.
I'm just accounting for things, surveying the land while he's doing his thing.
How many powder cakes can I explode?
Well, I just need the one.
No, this is me.
It depends on what kind of powder it is.
It's gunpowder. Wait a little while up.
This one's cocaine.
But
It'll still explode.
It's got yep.
Not in the way that you think.
Look, you can make a bomb out of flour.
Yes, you can.
I'm just
All
going to say
powder's
that
got
if you
some
give the
explosive
dwarf cocaine, a lot of things are going to blow up.
Yes, it will.
Okay.
I mean, you can also make grain explode too.
That is true. You need just a dust explosion, really.
Mm-hmm.
And cocaine is technically a spice, so...
Yeah.
Now, Chip is in the water with Orguk.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
And I'm
currently
like-
wild shape, sitting on Orguk like a coonskin hat.
But,
And then-
but we have successfully got their attention.
And then my
We've got their attention.
my owl is just soaring above, and I'm in between those two buildings.
Okay. And
So-
let's go ahead and do that.
Oh, God.
So I will come over here, step up on the edge of the ships on the banner, and ask everyone to circle around so they can hear me clearly.
So what ends up happening, though, is the captain is pushing you backwards towards the middle of the ship.
Okay, then I will stay where the captain puts me.
Okay. I am going to do the 3 times voice thing again on him. Also, where's the nearest powder keg?
Let's double check. It should be...
That's up on the front, right? There's 3 barrels there, as far as I can tell.
Correct.
Okay, noted.
So, yeah. I'm gonna have my owl return to me, I guess.
I'd leave the owl out there for the time being, because you're probably going to want to attack
They probably don't
something
even notice
sooner
it.
than later.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I'm guessing that he's seeing this and that he's gonna try and warn me that things aren't going too well.
He can communicate with you telepathically, correct?
Yeah.
So he can stay up there.
That's true.
So, as they gather around, I am going to Bardic Inspiration on myself. As a Spirit Bard, I get guidance, so I'm using that as well.
Okay.
Because I cannot afford to screw this up. So,
Nat 1 incoming, yes.
Guidance.
Nat 1 incoming.
guidance gives me a D4, correct?
That would surprise no one.
That would surprise literally no one.
And that is correct on guidance.
Okay, so I get a D20, a D8 because I'm 3rd level, and a D4, and then I get a +2 for my liar.
Okay.
Making sure you understand what I'm doing. So, yep.
Is he performing or doing?
This is a lot of
a-
build up for a massive disappointment.
It's-
How do you pick up multiple types of dice?
You don't.
you just roll them multiple times.
Yeah, unless it's like ingrained into the thing.
Okay, then I'll just roll the performance and then add the
Yep.
other to it. Okay.
My God, this is gonna end
Here
so.
we go.
Watch it just be a
Can I
really.
get
crappy
advantage because Kristen is currently hyping me up with extra stuff, like a help action?
You're already buffed to hell. Just roll the dice.
Yeah,
No,
just
I
roll
want
it
the
and-
advantage for a help action. You're not doing anything extra for me.
roll. Yeah. just
Every
roll
advantage I
it
can
and,
get.
and crap out like you always do.
And,
Can I do the help action?
what is Kristen doing to hype you?
Well, I gave him the 3 3 times voice boom.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll make the I'll make my torchlight like cycle through a couple of hues of colors.
Okay. Go ahead with the advantage.
Yay! I did the thing. I was useful.
Okay.
What?
Time to go for the best.
He hasn't yet.
Oh, and it's
We
not.
go
that's not
22.
that bad.
Mhm.
Add my D4 because I'm going big here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
26, and might as well use that inspiration.
Let's do it. Oh.
All right.
29.
All right.
This is the greatest performance any bard has ever done at the point of a knife.
And as you begin playing,
Definitely in the top 5.
Yeah.
what type of song are you playing?
I am, because I'm not a good singer, but I am a theatrical, I'm basically going to do like an almost spoken song version because I'm really trying not to screw myself over.
You're gonna Shatner this.
You don't know. You should.
Yeah, but
no.
it's going, the music's going to be beautiful, and it's basically going to be a really
old, like, essentially the oldest, most traditional sea shanty that I know from the realm. Probably, what do you do with a drunken halfling or something?
Okay, so going for boisterous, happy feeling kind of time.
Yes, this I want to get everyone's feet tapping to make as much noise as possible and get them really hype. And since I rolled so well, when I end it, if we get caught, I would like to just use fairy fire as my final flourish if we're caught.
Okay.
All right. So
Just-
I believe that this was my signal, and
Yes.
I don't know anything better. So I'm going to start
Yeah.
climbing that
So,
anchor.
Okay.
Me also
Uh,
believing that this was the
so,
signal. I
No. We told you the signal would be when things go badly.
So
Music is his signal.
So,
one at a time.
Yeah.
Or go first.
all right. So Orgok grabs a hold of the chain and tries to crawl up it, making as little noise as possible.
All right. Give me a stealth
Harvest.
check.
All right.
Should get advantage because of the raucous music that's 3x boosted.
Absolutely.
oh yeah,
Very
totally.
Yeah.
I mean, usually a train would not be the best way to go up though.
Yeah, cantrips.
So 7 on the first, a 9 on the second. You're
That's
a
it.
little
Yeah.
jingly, and
That's
you're
all right.
feeling kind of out there with your tail swinging.
I'm a bit amped up. There's already the scent of blood in the air, and none of it has been spilled.
Mm-hmm.
And I seek to be the first to
But
do
it
so.
doesn't seem like the pirates have taken any notice of you.
You were oddly poetic.
Yes, for such a primal being.
Do I hear the chain rattling?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
You trying to keep track of the
No.
progress?
Natural
to see
20.
how long-
Yes, you do.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay, so I try to I hear it, but I don't react.
Okay.
how tall? Like how much do I have to climb?
It's about 15 feet from the water to the deck.
Okay. I would be able to get my hands on the edge, but I would not be able to get on top of the boat
Okay.
because I would still be doing it at half speed.
Yep.
But the raccoon can climb off you.
Yeah.
It can. So Orguk is going to curl his claws over the edge of the ship's
All right.
of the ship's deck and just hang on there.
As soon as I see his claw come up, I'm going to
Are you looking in that direction?
I imagine not.
I would hope not.
actually no, because all the pirates are on the other side.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
Right, so once he gets there, the raccoon, whose name is Chip, by the way,
You're the
Has it-
raccoon.
he has a name. He hops off Orguk's head onto the ship, and he starts looking for a way to get down below deck where he assumes the cargo would be.
Okay. You see that the pirates that are in front of you are standing next to a grated opening, and that your party members are next to the stairwell into the main portion of the ship.
Okay.
You'll notice this.
Is the grate small enough that it would block me from going down?
In raccoon size, yes. If you were a little smaller, no.
I'm gonna like kind of wave my little raccoon arms to try to get Draho's attention. Or
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Itai's attention.
All right. Itai,
I mean,
give me a perception check.
I was gonna say I'm willing to try and.
Mine's a
Oh, good. That's a good check.
Okay. And Chip, give me a stealth because you're trying not to alert the pirates, but still trying to alert Itai.
Okay.
I got a 13 to notice him, by the way.
Okay.
It's like I want to be seen, but not be seen.
Okay, you're all good.
What was the check on that, by the way?
I'm gonna try
A
to
number.
mime to him, like, I need you to get off the stairwell.
Ah, so you're trying to signal to get down the stairs?
Yes. Like, I'm trying to mime to you, get off the stairs so I can go down there.
Hmm.
We're not on the stairs. We're on like the.
Well, I am going to, since it seems he needs to get down, I am going to start, since it's basically what will you do with the drunken sailor,
Mhm.
start pointing to crewmen and having them sing. And as I do this, I'm going to dance around the deck, pointing at people and playing my lyre, and just like walk up to a guy and tap him on the shoulder and go, "Your turn," and let them throw their own chorus in.
Okay.
And I'm gonna signal for Kristen to follow me.
Do you follow?
Yes.
All right.
Let's see. I'm not supposed to kill them yet, right?
No.
No, not until everything goes south. But yeah, I'm basically luring them up this way, and I'm gonna dance and sort
Actually-
of start pointing to people and getting them involved in the song.
You said that the door to the cabin opened.
Correct.
Is it closed again?
It is.
Okay. Just noting.
And so then once everybody moves away, I'm gonna raccoon scurry my way into the below deck area.
Okay. Down there, you see crate upon crate upon crate. All of it is labeled with writing.
Dang.
Illiterate one. Ah, dang it. I didn't think this through.
No,
You only need
No,
to look for the
I
one
thought
that
it through
has-
perfectly.
The one with glowing chalk, with fancy chalk.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna start, climbing up onto crates and like trying to open them and like just basically raccoon dig my way through everything.
There we go. Give me a strength check.
It's like
I don't know, what's a raccoon's strength score?
That's a good question.
Great.
I think like 3.
we did not think this through.
We thought it through really well. We just didn't expect them to label stuff.
We were not prepared for this. That's
Yeah,
Strength
our
is a
arch
3.
nemesis.
So you're at a
labels.
-4.
Okay.
Also, I can just imagine Chip going through boxes looking for
Wow.
like mechanic biomaterials.
You're,
So the
you're
next
sitting
time
there
we
with
do
that
this, it's gonna be
first
a whole
crate,
cart.
and you're just struggling to try and pull it open. I gotta say, I already love this game. You guys are great.
All right, so I'm just gonna keep going on from crate to crate till I can find one that I can open.
Okay. Go ahead and give me 2 more checks.
I'm the only remotely serious character.
This was meant to be a
I
fun
told you
game.
this game was supposed to be for
No,
behind Draho people.
I'm just like the stressed out soccer mom.
Dealing with children.
So you're able to get the second one open. Within it looks to be
Did you really expect me or Steven to make it serious?
weapons
Oh, of course not.
and like drilling equipment, mining
I think I
equipment.
Rookie
So
addict.
pickaxes, shovels, things along that line.
Gained addictions. to
Okay.
it.
Third one,
Oh,
unfortunately, still seems to be stuck a little bit too
I
tight.
know.
Okay. Nothing else in here that looks like I can check it for chalk.
Nope. Unless it's in one of those 2 other main ones, probably not in.
Okay. I'm gonna run back up and wave my little raccoon arms at Draho again, and then shake my little head.
Okay. As you get up there,
Oh, my
you
life
see
is
that
now no longer fun.
they've just been dancing and singing
I
around.
would,
Weapons are out, and they're just
Okay.
flailing their arms with them.
Before anything else happens, I think I would like to start moving across the edge of the deck.
Okay.
All right.
Are you about to jaw somebody?
Yes. So I'm going to move 15 feet this way.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Go ahead and do what you're gonna do.
Okay. So because I see this going on, or my owl tells me what's going on.
You see the torchlight too getting
Yeah.
further back on the ship.
Yeah, I'm getting worried. So I order my owl to take the cannon that I'm going to create, and actually instead of the Force version, I'm going to make it the flamethrower version.
Great
So
for
you-
when we're in close quarters like this.
You already
Yeah.
have the Force version because you would have had to have done it beforehand.
Okay. Then when I'm going to have it swing down and go to not the character that's right in front of Guruk, but like fly about.
Are you going to what are you trying to help Chip with the boxes or
It can't really help. It's a
Are you trying to attack a large group of people?
I can't really attack a large group of people.
It has a single target.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack
This one?
Bandit 1.
Okay, so
All right. So my
As I-
plan was to try to yoink them off the ship without drawing attention.
and then he's drawing attention. So as I see Orgok getting into position to snatch someone, and I see the turret coming down, I go.
and the raccoon telling us it's not here.
Yeah, so everything's just falling apart right now, and they're getting closer to us.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast sleep,
Okay.
so I'm getting this party
Earlier.
started right now.
we're going to go into combat rounds.
Yep.
Go ahead and
Okay.
everybody roll initiative. You guys do get
Roll initiative.
surprise on this because they are still
I would hope.
tapping away.
Okay, hopefully I go first so I can do the fairy fire move.
So plan C, kill them all. Okay, so
I love how we had all this strategy and it still comes down to kill them in their
Really?
sleep.
that's plus one.
Oh,
Okay, Auric has a 19. I have a 10. But it was also
If you
my
need
action
the
that-
combat tracker, Orguk, go in the top of the tool area. On the left side is 2 crossed swords. That's the combat tracker.
All right. I have
So you
so
know
much on
where
my
you are in combat.
I have so much on my screen right now.
Yeah, just if you want to know where you're sitting in combat.
welcome to life on FGU.
Also,
That is,
because
that
it
is
was-
incorrect.
me deciding to cast sleep that started this whole thing. Do I just act first?
No, it still technically goes in round order. But I
Okay,
need
but we get a
to-
surprise
Yep.
round.
Yep.
Okay.
I need to get them set to where they have individual initiatives because they all rolled at 20, and that's not fair.
You did what? That's just
What?
statistically
That-
very unlikely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so it
that's-
rolls them as a group because they're all the same creature. But there's a setting in here
Hmm.
that I should be able to turn on that will allow them to roll individual, which is much more
Yeah.
that's just statistically wrong.
fair.
Very-
It's meant to speed up the process for rolling NPCs.
We get it.
We get it. Yep.
Yeah.
Group off on. Good. All right, so let's try this again. Initiative.
I'm like working
on
straight.
PCs.
through,
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
So, top of the round, Bandit Captain is not surprised. Which will bring us to Sir Auric King.
Me?
Yep.
Oh,
And one.
yeah, I'm gonna shoot Bandit 1.
I'm assuming your owl is like center.
Yeah, it's about 10 feet, 20 feet up in the air from center. Yeah. So it's right there.
He can't see this. So what he's saying is his owl is like center deck.
Yep, totally fine.
Yep. So it's attacking Bandit 1.
Now, now that we're actually hitting that, since this is the first time of using that, go ahead and read it off for our audience.
Okay. Fine. This is the cannon. It's my Eldritch cannon
Mm-hmm.
that my owl is technically just carrying. So,
That was it.
So I have learned how to create a magical cannon using Smith's tools or wood carver's tools, but in this case Smith's tools. I take an action to create it, small or tiny.
Which you already did.
Mhm.
Yep. If it's in an unoccupied space on a horizontal surface within 5 feet of me, a small eldritch cannon occupies its space. A tiny one can be held in one hand. once you create a cannon, you can't do so again until I finish a long rest or expend a spell slot to create another one. I can only have one at a time and can't create another one while my current one is present. The cannon is a magical object, regardless of its size. The cannon has an AC of 18 and a number of hit points equals to 5 times my artificer level.
Mm-hmm.
So it has 15 hit points. It is immune to poison and psychic damage. If it is forced to make an ability check or saving throw, I treat all of its ability scores as 10 plus 0. If the mending spell is cast on it, it gains 2d6 hit points. It disappears if reduced hit points to 0 or after 1 hour. Also, I can dismiss it early as an action.
Mm-hmm.
When I create the cannon, I determine its appearance, whether it has legs, decide which type it is, choosing from the options of the Eldritch table. On each of my turns, I can take a bonus action to cause the cannon to activate within 60 feet of it. As part of the same bonus action, you can direct the cannon to walk or climb up to 15 feet to an unoccupied space, provided it has legs.
Okay. And I assume you're using the Force Ballista.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, I make a range of spell attack originating from the cannon at one creature or object within 120 feet. On hit, target takes 2d8 force damage, and if the target is a creature, it is pushed up to 5 feet away from the cannon.
All right. Sounds good. So that cannon is centrally located. Are we saying that it is basically just north of Chip?
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and make your ranged spell attack.
So,
Roll a d20, add 5.
okay, so 20.
Yeah,
Dirty
that's going to
20.
hit anything at this level.
So roll 2d8?
Yep, 2d8 force damage. And also, he's knocked back 5 feet. So, it's 11 force damage, and he's knocked back 5 feet.
If you survive.
Into the water.
All right. So he ragdolls and goes off the side.
Nice.
And then, since I'm there, I assume he's in the water right in front of me, right?
Yep, sinking.
All right. So he's sinking, or is he like
He's a corpse.
Mhm.
he's a corpse? Okay. Then I'm going to. My movement speed is 25. I'm going to move on to the deck of the ship.
He's going to get just barely on.
Yep. And then what is that?
This one. And it's 6.
I'm going to use my. I have one of my light hammers infused with the thrown weapon artificer,
It's with the French.
Yep.
and I'm gonna throw my light hammer at him.
Okay.
So
It's
One.
returning weapon. It grants a 1+ bonus to an attack and damage rolls made with it, and it returns to my hand immediately after use.
All right.
It's a-
Go for it.
So
+4.
+4. It's a 15.
Actually, +5.
Sorry. Yeah, 16.
Will hit.
D4.
Then I do a D4
Plus-
+1.
+3.
Yeah, +2.
Ooh!
So 7 damage to bandit number 6.
All right. You wang him in the back of the head, and he belts out this "ow."
After his friend just got exploded off the side.
Yep. Though at the
And-
moment, all of them are still technically staring at a time.
And then I
Yeah.
I mean,
I-
you
I-
used all your actions.
I bring my the hammer comes back to my hand,
Right.
but I can also move my out.
I think that would take a bonus action to do.
Is it
Yep.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Which you used to fire the gate.
servant?
Some of that.
Strings.
Your owl's in a good position, anyways. 20 feet up
I
in the
guess
middle of the
so,
deck.
yeah.
No one's looking for him.
That's fair. Oh yeah,
No one knew he existed. Plus, he's up in the air, so
yeah.
Nobody knows where that explosion came from. They're focused on me. I don't even know where it came from.
Yeah, all right.
I'm currently
After that,
just
I'm
trying
all
to avoid soiling my pants,
All right.
as everything has gone sideways.
So Bandit 6, 4, and 7 are no longer surprised, bringing us to Orguk.
All right. Orguk is going to climb over the edge.
Why are you 34 wounded?
What's that?
What?
Yeah, what happened?
what-
It says you healed for 1?
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly happened.
Let's do that.
I have a lot on my screen right now.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
yeah.
I might have accidentally clicked Hungry Jaws or something.
That's okay. You're reset. All good to go.
All right, cool. So he climbs over the edge and he sinks into the thick of things. Right about here.
All right.
And he can't contain his excitement anymore, his bloodlust. He sort of brings both arms to his side, and he raises his jaws up into the sky, and he gives a primal screech to whatever dinosaur gods he might worship, and his body starts to sort of bubble, and the muscles in his arms start to grow, and his claws become talons, sharpened with his bestial rage. If you would like, I can sort of read off all the things that are going on here.
Go for it.
All right. First, as a bonus action, he is raging.
Okay. Let's get that rage attached.
All right.
Hopefully this one works.
He has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. When you make melee attacks using strength, you gain a bonus to the damage roll that increases as you gain levels as a barbarian, as shown in the rage damage column of the barbarian table. I believe that is a +2 at this level.
Yep. Unfortunately, it's
Additionally-
not going to work because it doesn't look like it's preset in this version of the system. I'll have to
Alright.
bring over the rage adjustment for our next game.
Called it.
That
Alright.
said, anytime you take damage, we'll just need to mitigate that down appropriately.
Okay. Additionally, I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. I cannot concentrate on spells, nor can I cast them. My rage will last for a minute as long as I am taking damage or dealing it.
Oh. Itai.
Yeah.
Roll your another die for initiative because you had advantage because I granted you that.
Oh,
All right.
tell me now.
I think he can rage 2 times per day.
I was distracted by our imminent death, so
All right. Next
Yeah,
up.
definitely would have been nice to know that sooner.
Next up, he is utilizing the form of the beast. So, and as with the form of the beast, whenever I rage, I may choose to modify my own body in one of 3 ways. I can bite, transforming my muzzle into a bestial snout, dealing 1d8 piercing damage, and healing me as long as I'm under half my hit points, equal to my Constitution modifier. Or I can use claws, which is what I'm doing right now. Your hands transform into claws, which deal 1d6 slashing damage on a hit. When you take the attack action on your turn, you make an attack with your claws. You can make one additional, and you make an attack with your claws. You can make one additional attack using them as part of the same action. And I could choose to grow a tail, which is lashing and spiny and deals 1d12 piercing damage on a hit and has a reach property.
Okay.
All right.
On the bonus, rage is actually in the system. It's just under your actions/effects area under the actions tab. So within there, if you look at the rage, I've added a check mark next to one of the uses.
Mhm.
And if you go to the magnifying glass on the right, that'll expand that out. Provided that you're targeted upon yourself, you can click the little effect button and it'll produce that upon you.
Well, it appears that there's a box on myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm bigger than everyone else.
Yep.
Which sounds about right.
Perfect.
All right, I will apply that rage
All right.
and apply claws, I guess. Gets cast. That's not what I tried to do.
Let me take a quick peek at that. Claws, exception. Okay, so with that one, you're going to make sure that you're highlighted. So you click on yourself until you see it kind of a big circle, gray on the outside, white on the inside with your character.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to hold the control button down and left click once on whichever bandit that you're trying to attack. And that's going to put an arrow between you and it, and also tell you how many feet away you are from it.
All right. And additionally, because Orguk has been waiting to do his favorite thing all day, he's going to be attacking recklessly, giving advantage to everyone else who wants to hit him, but also granting himself advantage. All right.
Bonus. So with that, again, you'll want to target yourself. That works similarly to targeting the bandits. You just click on yourself once, hold down the control button, click on yourself, and you'll see a highlighted white outline around your character like you currently have now. Then from there, you expand that reckless attack button, hit the effect like I've just done, and it adds that effect for the current round.
Sounds good.
And then you'll want to unclick yourself like so, and then you can target whoever you're going to attack.
All right.
And that should do all the advantage for you.
I'm going to start with Bandit 3.
Okay.
Let's see.
You'll know it's working when there's that little arrow between the two of you.
Melee at +2. Does it not consider me? Oh. The attack on the claws says melee +2.
Yep. So that is probably set as group attack, which is incorrect. That is ability and strength.
Okay.
There we go.
Cool.
So melee +5. Perfect.
Oh.
That is a hit. Now if you hit the little damage button, it'll roll the damage for you.
Perfect.
Boom,
4.
7 damage. He is heavily wounded. You rend into his back, and he lets out a howl.
Mm-hmm.
And Itai, you see this expression of utter pain on this poor bandit's face. Poor bandit.
Dracul screeches in delicious pain. I will drink of your vital force. And then he moves on to Bandit 4 and attacks him as well. That is also a hit.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to, of course, swing.
Another 7 heavy damage.
Mm-hmm.
Likewise, screams out in pain. With the way that he was facing, you probably hit the left arm, kind of left chest at the same time. And he leans back towards the edge of the ship.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do a whole lot more.
Okay.
So I will pass my turn.
Alrighty.
So really, that should have been Itai's, because he had advantage because I gave him Twilight Vigilance, I think it's called. Or
yeah. I mean, what I'm gonna do is could have come in the next turn anyways. But.
Vigilant Blessing, which gives him advantage. It gives the target advantage on their next initiative roll, and the effect ends as soon as he rolls. So that's the thing that I did to him.
I didn't see that before I went.
No, it's okay. I forgot about it because everything was happening all at once and I panicked. So, yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that my danger sense is also active.
Okay.
So-
let's see. That does bring us to Kristen.
Okay, so I'm gonna
wouldn't it take it to me then?
Yeah, I'm gonna let
higher.
I'm gonna let Itai go first because Itai rolled a 21 when he re-rolled.
Gotcha. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, just wanted to. I am going to
Yeah, sunken level, dissonant whispers on the captain.
Oh,
As
wow.
I'm playing, I'm just going to, yeah, well, if it does it, he has to run away from me as a reaction, and everyone gets a reaction attack. Literally, everyone is in his escape path. So we all get to react him.
That is amazing.
And
Okay.
so is my owl. That's great.
So,
Your owl is currently holding your turret.
so I'm hoping it works.
Okay.
Well, the turret's in
Go
the
ahead and
reaction,
target him,
right?
and then
melee
use the
attack.
cast button
Oh,
to
okay.
force that roll.
Yes, let me do this. How do you make it sunken level?
That just increases the damage, so when you go to do the damage, you'll pick up the damage and then scroll your wheelie mouse piece
And
up.
just click an extra d6?
Yep.
Okay. So, let me cast this as save. Success. So he doesn't run.
Correct.
That
Shoot.
sucks.
That's a
It's worth a
shame.
try.
So
It
he will
was-
take half the damage.
Yep.
Still did something.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, 11 damage, but he doesn't run.
Hmm.
Down one second level spell slot. And I believe that guy's a
He's still in the
action,
green,
yes. That's my bonus action. Can I do anything with it?
You can give someone inspiration.
I can, and the next person in initiative is you.
Yeah.
So I will toss you an inspiration die. How many of those do I have again?
Your charisma modifier.
Okay, so I used one for my thing.
Yep.
So that means I've got 4 left, so I'm giving you one.
Okay.
Right? No, wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry. I was looking at my saves. No, I have
That
3,
should
so I
be
have
3,
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have 1 left. You get an inspiration for your next thing.
Thank you. Well, it lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah, or whenever you want to use it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So is that your turn?
Yeah, I don't have anything else for my bonus action. So after doing that, I'm going to drop the stone harp, assuming it's magical, so it won't break.
Okay.
Draw my sword and prepare to get stabbed repeatedly.
And with that, it does not shatter.
I was hoping it wouldn't. Be a real shit 26 gold.
All right. So now
So
my
upset
turn.
he saved. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast sleep.
Okay.
I'll drop my torch actually, because I need a free hand to do this, and my other hand is shielded. And go, bye saloon, go to sleep.
All
So,
right. Roll your 5d8.
Yes, and we start with the individual who has the lowest current HP.
Correct.
Okay, actually, this is halfway decent.
Almost all of my spells are 20-foot cubes.
28.
I can't use them.
28. All right.
That
That
would
gives the
actually-
unconscious option. So,
Like, I'm so like, man, I'm in the perfect position where I can't attack any of the pirates without taking out half
7.
the party.
If I can get 3 of them, that really helps.
You're gonna get more than 3. You said how many?
28.
28? Yeah. So from there,
Just pick your random.
6. No, there's another one
Oh.
that has that. So
Bandits.
that
Well, thanks for softening them up. Thank you for softening them up, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
one. Bandit 3.
When my homunculus disappears.
All right. So you got 4 total.
Nice.
Does that say how long it lasts? That should just like stay all day until you decide not to do that.
Huh. Number 3 got double sleep.
Yeah, tagged it incorrectly.
Yeah,
That's
it's fine.
all right.
Stays until it dies.
There
Okay.
we go.
All right,
Or I die.
that's 4 of them.
4
Yep.
of them.
Okay, I just gave us the advantage in the playing field.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to, with my free hand, pull out my battle axe, and I will say that the blade is has some like inlays on it to make it look like a crescent moon.
Okay.
Nice.
Like, all right, but I can't do anything with my bonus action.
Okay. Any movement?
Because I cast a spell. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
believe me, I would love nothing more than to move right now.
Yeah, there's 3 guys who get an opportunity attack. No, thank you.
Okay.
But I'm right where I need to be.
So don't we just go back to the top of our combat after this because of sneak?
Well, we still have Chip, but
Yep.
yes.
That's what I meant.
All right,
Yeah.
Chip, you were up.
After that, it's
So Chip is going to scurry back away from the combat, and as he does so, he's going to turn back into
Smart
a
boy.
gnome.
Okay.
That's a smart raccoon.
And then as he turns back, he's going to cast Summon Beast,
Oh!
Oh.
and he's going to summon a giant raccoon.
I love it.
Okay. Neighbors.
All right.
The
I like-
terror of the raccoon.
Oh, great.
Well, you gotta leave these people terrified to walk through a park at night.
What is it about us getting on ships where there's eventually a large creature? that gets
Creature
someone-
in it, yeah.
Because we always have a druid when ships are involved.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
going
mean,
to assume that's Summon Beast Land.
Yes.
Okay.
I summoned 4 bears.
Yeah.
NPCs.
They're like, we're gonna get you. Bears.
Bears.
Shoot you with the ballista.
Beast Spirit of Bear. Yep, that's what we're looking for. Boop. And so, where did that
It
just
got
put
a
you?
little closer to the edge of the deck, though. I would have been Thorn.
That's what I did to stars.
Yes, but I would have pulled them off deck.
Not burn them and ice them.
You had that effect.
Yeah.
So.
That right there.
Stuck with the soul.
Okay.
That's the next battle.
Really do feel bad.
Okay.
Do you, though?
So I'm going to send him up
Mhm.
to the bandit captain
Alrighty.
and have him attack the bandit captain.
Can do.
The bandit captain's getting mauled by a mad rabbit.
So
Giant.
he gets a melee weapon attack.
So
5
plus,
foot.
yep, plus 5.
Does
as-
it do rabies damage?
Yeah. As I look back, as I
That's
see this, I look back at Chip and I'm
24.
just like, does that be a maw?
So he hits the bandit captain for 6 points.
Nice.
I'm seeing this giant raccoon for the first time. I'm like, whatever.
Just go with it.
And then Chip's going to shake his fist and chitter like a raccoon.
All right.
As is appropriate.
Yeah, I just yelled
Look at
back.
this. We got our range casters in the back.
So
Our
bandit
frontline
3,
fighters up
bandit
front.
5.
I'm just like,
Frontline
Brings us back
fighters.
to the top of the round
You
with the
maul.
bandit captain. But as
course.
we are past 9:30, that's where we're going to call it for tonight. We'll come back and
Sweet.
finish this combat next time.
Yeah, sounds
Alrighty.
good. Our plan
Yeah.
almost worked.
Almost.
I mean, it's working so far.
I'm
Yeah.
happy with the result.
It's a good thing we had multiple contingencies.
So that being
By
said,
multiple
thanks to all you guys
contingencies,
for
you
coming
just
to play.
mean we
And for
waited.
those watching, see you guys next week.
All right. Catch you later.